was that, Raven? You didn't really like the Kyuranger finale? Well, yeah, but still. Then again, you haven't really been on the show that much.
Are you alright?
What are you talking about?
That's a doll car.
We're talking to a doll of our friend Evan.
Did you make a red caster voodoo doll?
No! I paid Emily $5 to make it.
No, don't, no!
Just cut to Raven, just... Ow! Ow, my head! Oh shit, I should have said that.
Especially since he actually had
I didn't mean it! Sorry! Oh no! I caused it! It was me!
So since...
Cut to Cell stabbing your doll in the head. This will give him a bad idea.
So since Raven's technically...
Oh no! Caster, everybody!
Caster!
What was that?
I thought you were running up to grab Blaine's doll and start poking it.
No! No! Don't touch me!
Wolf teeth.
No! Go play Monster Hunter World out on PS4 now.
I have a better idea.
What? No! Don't touch Slopey! Put Slopey down!
That's Lane's Slowpoke doll.
No. I love Slopey.
It's Sloopy.
But he's not on a slope.
No, it does.
Wait, what's that, Raven? You want a cue to roll call?
Shit. Fuck. Cameo!
Why are you swearing?
We're live!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Equipment wielder. Bluecaster, Cheetah's Azeel.
Loyal and loud. Pinkcaster, Lane.
Explorer from the unknown. Yellowcaster. Auto car.
One little spark of courage. Dreamcaster, Global South Perka.
Broadcasting loud and opinionated perspectives across the internet.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air! Welcome to episode 184 of Radio Sentai Castranger.
Good to be here, everybody. What's up? I'm Lane. You know me.
Well,
Been
yeah.
around for 184 episodes. Well, I wish someone could actually go back and find out all the episodes that I wasn't on Castranger and then just total them out with that. Mine's that.
I'll be right back.
Chat, get on that.
Guard up!
I'm just glad you're not Night Lane anymore.
Yeah, for now.
I swear, Lane, if you
No.
do change it.
I am now Lane Hazard! No, I'm just kidding. No, we're not going into that again. Lane Hazard! Or yappy!
I'm still laughing at fucking Pussy in Boots. Okay, so
friends.
we got our core 4 here, and today we are talking about Build Episode 21, the Kyuranger finale. But before we talk about that, we're going to be doing week 2 of Precurary, which will be HeartCatch Precure, episodes 1 to 3.
Also known as what is apparently the common writer Gaim of Precure. So it's like, separate tier. It's the one everyone fucking loves. And it's like, there's no other Precure that's better than it.
Yeah, that's why I decided.
Which means we definitely shouldn't have started with it.
That's why I decided to put it in the first Precurary, because I thought everyone's gonna say HeartCatch. You should put HeartCatch in. I actually personally love HeartCatch, but at the same time,
But there's a catch.
well,
I don't know.
no,
I just
there
said
wasn't
it
really
for
any catch to HeartCatch. It's pretty much amazing. It's just people get really elitist over it too.
Lovely.
It has absolutely beautiful art by Yoshiko Mukoshi. We're not talking about that right now. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. We're talking about the build show.
Yep.
Be the one, we'll make a way.
Alright, so Build episode 21. Debut of Build RabbitTankHazard.
We'll lose a boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we lost a boy.
It did not disappoint me. It was exactly everything I wanted him to be.
I gotta say, just speaking overall about this episode, The pacing in this felt really, really weird.
I understand, and yes, I agree with you on that, but it still did not stop it from being an amazing
Had
episode
some of
overall.
the
No,
best-
I'm not saying it wasn't amazing, but like, we went through a fucking journey. It was the debut of the form, the fight, the murder, the regret, the Dave Matthews Band phase, a week time skip, the you need to get back on your feet, and the training montage, all in one episode. I mean, this could easily have been properly paced at about 2, maybe 3 episodes.
That's too long.
Sorry. What do you guys think of Build Hazard overall? Like as a form?
The fucking ears on the back of it kind of I don't like it that much. I understand it's basically black suit Spider-Man for Kamen Rider. I fully understand and appreciate the purpose of it, but in terms of the aesthetic of the design, don't like it.
Fair enough. Gar, what do you think?
Just another rider form.
Emily, what do you think?
It's kind of a palette swap, right?
Not
It'll be
really.
easy.
The shoulders and helmet are different.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for me
It
personally,
looks nice.
I mean, for me personally, I think the ears could be a little like shorter or something like that, but overall, it doesn't bother me that much to the point where like it doesn't ruin the form for me overall. So like, I still love the form. I think it's still the best form Build has.
It looks pretty sleek and interesting.
especially after what we've talked about in Extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He gets some worse forms.
One of my favorite scenes though in the episode is when the
Just
light.
sorry, before we talk about the episode, with regards to the design, I will say that other Hazard forms I like a little bit better, because I watched the 7 Best Matches special, and Smoffle of Hazard actually improves the design a little bit, even though it's just the eyes.
That's interesting. Is it just the colors that go better? Or?
I think so. Sorry, go ahead.
I do like how in the episode when the light goes out above him, it just swings.
That was
back and
gorgeous.
forth.
Perfectly.
Like he's like
The light in his heart has gone out.
or like it's a metaphor for like just
He's given into the darkness.
yeah, he's giving into the
anyone
darkness.
listening in the chat at all, if you guys can make a GIF of just that scene of just the light swinging with him in the background there, that'd be perfect. Because I have to agree with you, Gar. That was.
I also do like how he did not speak.
Yes, that's what I
Right?
was kind of hoping too. That's what makes Build Hazard so fucking menacing. It's just that he doesn't say it.
Yeah, his mind is saying everything, but his body says nothing.
I was kind of hoping that we get like the same kind of grunts that Akito Burning Form did. You know what I mean?
I'm glad he didn't even do that. I'm just glad it was total silence and just like it was great too because like even like Ryuga was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then like you see like it was kind of almost like a brain blast from Jimmy Neutron, where it's just
No.
Oh,
brain
yeah.
blast.
And then like the flash, the close up to his face, and you see it flash, and his eyes turn purple for a sec.
And just I love the just non-hesitation just Build Hazard has. Just immediately goes up to Ryuga, just starts fucking punching him, does overflow, and just starts fucking punching him some more.
But the really weird part about the way he was
Oh.
fighting is it wasn't a berserker rage, because when he fights Stag, he's like very calm and collected while being out of control
well,
of
it's because
himself.
he's a genius.
Yeah,
right?
so what I like to think was what was happening there was he was just like very just focused and like, alright, I'm just because I think Cross is more powerful than Stag, so he just knew that, okay, for Ryuga I need to just be a bit more and just
Whereas
get him out
Stag
of
was
it.
like, get this
Stag was
sand
like,
out of my
yeah,
face.
because like there you go, Ichi. You like Stag the least, so we got rid of him. You're welcome.
Thanks, Toei. Now give me the Laser Level X figure arts.
Well, you'd have to ask Tamashii Nations for that.
They know who to call.
I already tweeted Tom
Ghostbusters?
Nations being like, make a Build Hazard figure art.
I want Castle Hazard figure.
That's never gonna happen. They've not made a Kaijin figure.
They haven't even
forever.
announced the bottles for the trio yet,
That's gonna be premium band.
Premium Bandai.
which is fine. Just announce it.
They will.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, Grease. I don't remember his name.
Sawatar. Sorry.
Kazumi.
I will never remember that name.
just say it, Toya.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Grease.
Yeah. there you go.
Old Toya.
Yeah.
Old
Yeah,
Toya.
Grease sees Owl.
Greasies.
Owl getting the shit kicked out of him.
Stag.
What was his name?
Getting the stag kicked out of him?
Is it not?
The blue guy?
Yeah.
His name is Alba.
Oh yeah, Alba.
Like blue, I guess.
Like Alba.
But I do like how like Grease was running towards him, but then Build finishes him off.
Yeah, and that finish was okay. Like if he had not done the kick and just finished him by way of just holding him and having the electricity go into him, I think that would have been way better. Because like I was seeing that and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna kill him just by holding him.
No, you know
but
what?
then he does the kick and I'm like,
And then he does the Kabuto kick.
No.
Alright.
See how I like to see that again as he was channeling all the energy and stuff and kind of like stunning him into an attack. That's why he couldn't move or do anything. And then he was just charging up and just did it. And I love when the belt just goes overflow.
and then he kicks him in the fucking throat.
Yeah, just your brain.
Just completely, yeah.
And everyone's in shock. Like Ryuga, you see Ryuga kind of like run into like the shot, and he's just like, "Holy fuck!" And then Grease is just like, Cosmo's just like, "Oh shit!" And you just see him like running, transforming, just trying to get there as fast as he fucking can, but he can't do it. So, oh my god, it was just so good.
But yeah, he like kicks him in the throat, and I'm like, oh my god, you almost snapped the dude's neck. You don't even need to have him die by way of the hazard bottle.
And I liked that he stayed in his Smash form. He didn't just revert back to like.
Which I think kind of takes the humanity out of that moment a little.
Well,
It would have been way more emotional if we saw him as a human.
He did give up his humanity for.
Which is fine, but I think that would have made it even more impactful when he returns to being a human and dies, quote unquote,
As himself, yeah.
as himself.
And then,
Exactly.
like another one of my favorite scenes. Quickly, it's just
Fair enough, but I think they make up for it later.
Face Core points out something that Grease should have done while running at Build. You have a gun! Shoot him!
yeah. I think he was just so shocked in the moment he just couldn't think. Really, he's just like,
Shoot
I'm just
the
gonna,
faucets!
no, he's just like, I just gotta run, help my friend.
Gotta
But
go.
Gotta go fast.
but I liked also that he just literally just punched both Owl and Castle and just knocked them out of there.
Oh my god, he just backhanded Castle into the wall?
Yeah,
That was awesome!
And I'm just like, yay.
And then Stag just dissipates. Dissipates into the wind.
And I loved that Build Hazard just like he sends him down and just immediately just turns over to fucking Castle and Owl and just starts walking towards him like, all right, I'm gonna fucking finish the rest of you two fuckers off, and then they knew, okay, I gotta fucking Grease just had to stop them.
And then like he knocks him off, and then Sento was like immediately back to his senses
And just like
Looks
not
up-
knowing what the fuck just happened.
looks around, and then in my head, did I do that?
I'd like to think. No, was this in a situation of
Why didn't you die?
bleh.
And now I am the dead.
Now, is it a situation where he could see what he was doing, but he couldn't? His body was just acting on its own.
I don't think so, because it affected his brain.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, okay. Who are we talking about now?
Build.
Build like while,
like-
while he's Hazard and he's berserk, for lack of a better term, is he witnessing with his conscious brain what he's doing and just not able to stop it?
I don't think he was.
I don't think so.
Because when Sento dehensioned, he doesn't have.
He looks around, doesn't see Stag, and he's like, "Oh shit, what did I do?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just bravo. Just, Build Hazard has done nothing but impress me. So bravo.
I just like that Grease managed to disable and dehension
Like a
Build
chain.
simply by using the lock bottle.
Yeah, with like a chain stuff. That was
Yeah,
cool.
he locked him up.
That was interesting.
You're no longer a hazard.
Damn it.
Gotta stop him somehow.
And then we just immediately cut to fucking
A week later.
week later.
1 week.
And like Sento's just fucking locked himself away in the build pit.
Like
just
visibly malnourished.
No
Yeah.
shoes. He's just like lying there on the ground.
Not even
no
on the
shoes,
bed, just next to the
and
bed.
just being like,
This is honestly some of the best acted grief I've ever seen in anything.
It's pretty
like-
It was painful to watch, like in a good way.
I felt so bad for him.
I did, but at the same time, because I feel the pacing of this was
pacing,
so
yeah.
rushed, it's kind of hard to let it soak in.
Honestly, I feel like that's how any of us would feel if we murdered someone unintentionally.
No. I don't think that's what he was going through.
No.
I think he was going through more or less that. Yes, the hazard trigger was able to keep him on par with everyone else.
But at what
But-
cost?
Exactly. He's more afraid of
himself.
Yeah, like what he can actually do.
I feel like it's a combination
if he goes
of both.
too far.
I feel like it's both because he's been very vocal about not wanting to kill anyone.
We rarely ever have like a title rider like kill a person. So it's rare. It's rare.
Fies.
Yeah, Fies.
That's why I said rare. Like I didn't see Forze kill anybody.
That's because Forze was a happy series.
Yeah,
and Decade
happy.
Decade only killed riders because he's like, fine, you want me to kill riders? I'll fucking kill riders if that's what you want me to fucking do. And he did, and he did it amazingly.
But my favorite part of this episode, like after the 1 week later, not a whole lot of music.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Like everything was.
Whoever was directing this did a great job.
Like it was either quiet or you heard background noise, in which it worked because it's like
it's just like yeah, cut the music. This is real.
And like as I even mentioned in the Castranger chat, it kind of left an ominous feeling.
Are you sure it wasn't an anonymous feeling?
Sorry, an ominous feeling.
Infirmination.
Yeah, no, it's just a grammar.
Yeah, that's okay.
But like it left an ominous feeling of like you don't know what exactly the show is going to go in now.
Orewa Aikawa Shuya. I was killed by Kamen Rider Build on my 20th birthday.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come on.
Way to kill the moment.
So I liked that event. Apparently the Toto fucking like team decided just like, oh, we're gonna move to a new fucking area because Night Road fucked up our boardroom, so like we can't use that room anymore because there's a giant fucking hole in it thanks to him. So it's just like they're all like, "Oh, we got a bunch of bottles stolen," and just like
over the course of that week, Greece has stolen almost all of the remaining.
I'm just gonna call him Prime Minister Toto.
Well, there's no one.
His name's Taizan.
Okay,
like there's no one there to stop him.
Yeah,
and he's
I mean, Banjo's there, but he does a piss poor job at it.
He's also like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, but then every time that there's been a report, Banjo immediately goes, so he's clearly not feeling the emo as hard as Sento is, which is understandable.
But he still feels really, really bad about what happened because he doesn't like he realizes like, oh, what I've been trying to do, like this is the cost of like us trying to fight in this war, and like he realizes this is what I wanted to go do, and now I don't want to go do this anymore. So like he's realizing I shouldn't be doing this.
Riders aren't supposed to fight. Not like this.
I like to think this like Sento and like if Sento and Ryuga just have like another argument, it's like stop fighting Hokuto. You know what, Sento? I'm gonna fight even harder. What's that mean? You know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
That's a The Office reference, by the way.
It's so nice to finally beat you.
So Tenzon's just...
It's so nice to finally meet you. Did you say meet me or beat me?
That's a Cars 3 reference.
You know what I said.
So Tenzon's just like, oh, we haven't had Build. It's been a week. Where the fuck's Build?
You won't answer my phone calls.
So like again, people were complaining like, oh, like the pacing of this is really weird. I'm like, okay, yes, for us, but for them, it's been a week. So
no, are you kidding? This is probably like the best paced episode of Build.
I really liked it a lot.
This is this one episode is more fast paced than the previous 20 episodes, which are also more fast paced than any previous rider.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like, think of it back in episode 2 of Build, where Build, Banjo's upset that his girlfriend Kasumi's like dead.
And it's really hard for us to actually give a shit since we don't know her well.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. Shit happens too fast for us to be genuinely emotionally invested in it in any significant capacity.
I was pretty emotionally invested in it.
But I'm saying we could have been more invested in it if they paced it better.
Well, we don't have the time for that. We have to sell toys.
That's true. It is a toy commercial.
Clearly, based on what we were talking about earlier.
So it's interesting that Tenzon actually goes to Taizan, whatever.
Just say Bat Dad.
Bat Dad, sure. So Bat Dad goes to visit Sento, and he's just like, it's like we need you. Like I understand what happened. I feel for you. I'm sorry what happened, but we need you. And just Sento's just immediately like
stop being such a pussy boy.
He puts his hand on him, and Sento just immediately takes off. He's just like, I'm not fighting anymore.
Please don't touch me, Mr. President, or I'll call the government on you. Bad touch.
Sento, it's not It's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. I'm calling the cops!
So then, like...
So Sento goes back...
That's a Jump Net reference.
Sento goes back to the scene of the crime, and as he's, like, kneeling there praying for Aoba, you can see in his face how fucking atrophied he is.
Just like... Oh
it's amazing.
And then all you just hear is just, yo... And look up,
Yes,
it's just
and
Alpha
it's
right there, and I was like...
I was genuinely jump scared.
Yeah, I thought that was also actually him.
I just saw it, I was like,
My
"Ah!
God.
Jesus Christ!
I actually shrieked out.
He's back from the dead.
Sento,
He is a ghost now!
Sento, I thought you loved me! Loved me!
Now he just, like, appears to Grease. Why didn't you save me?
Just cut to,
You
like,
should've
the...
just written
Cut
your
to the
essay.
sheep, it's just owl, castle, things that... Aww. 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 Just sec. Get out of here. Aww. It's from Simpsons when, like, Lisa becomes a vegetarian and they're looking at, like, the 3 small sheep and they each get smaller and cuter. And then one butts in between the other cute sheep and then, like, Homer's like, get out of here. Aww.
But yeah, so Sento gets jump scared and then, rain, vomit, best match.
Like, he almost does. We don't see it, but, like, we hear him go like,
It
ugh.
sounds like he's gonna throw up,
I think
yeah.
we don't see it because this is a kid's show and,
Yeah.
and showing vomit might not be
But
doing
that was cool, though. He was just so disgusted about what he did. He just, nope. And then Kazumi comes up, and he's just like, oh, you're here to pay respects, too. And, like, he's like, it was awkward a bit, just, like, seeing him, like, kneeling there, and then sort of, like, grabs him while he's like,
Yeah.
please!
The posing was so weird.
I want you to hit me! Come on, hit me!
Hit me until we feel better, Daddy!
I want you to hit me! Come on, hit me! Hit me!
Hit me!
I know we've had our differences, but please,
Let's all...
if it'll make you feel better, there's no point. It's like
Let's
not
all
even
go!
worth
Yeah, Grace is just like, you're not even worth fucking...
it. Look at you.
His,
Yeah,
res-
like,
his,
look at your mess.
his
Like,
response essentially devolves into, this is war, man!
yeah, he's like, this is war. This is what happens. Deal with it.
Like he even said that to Ryuga when Ryuga tried to apologize. He like literally kicks him right in the
Oh
jaw.
yeah, I didn't mention, yeah.
And he's like,
After losing to the trio, Kazumi literally just roundhouse kicks him to the face.
In a shot and an effect that I really, really appreciated this episode doing when, like, we see Castle, he's, like, really pissed off. He, like, kicks the wall. We see, like, an actual, like, cracked indent in the wall.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really nice attention to detail.
Yeah.
So good job, Toei. And then just, yeah, Grease is just like,
I will
next time I see you, I'm gonna fucking, like, destroy you.
I will catchphrase the shit out of you.
Yeah, like, he says his catchphrase, like, you know, my passion...
Shinka...
Passion burns.
Shinka Moeru.
Yeah, like, my passion burns, I will defeat
Moe
you.
Tekta!
Because you won't fight him
No.
unless it's...
Don't bring up Bakaharu.
You won't fight him unless it's in the proxy battle.
So yeah, they've decided that, yeah, we're not gonna do wars or fight over the bottles anymore, we're just gonna throw down good old-fashioned cage match,
Oh.
and whoever wins gets Japan!
oh my goodness, it's a tournament arc.
Yeah!
Tournament of power!
It's a tournament arc with one round!
God damn.
I think it actually is a tournament to her.
So we cut
it's
this-
a tournament.
So we cut to Soichi just
Who, like,
chilling, eating candy bar.
Eating a candy bar or like a fruit bar or something like that, and like
So,
I
I see.
guess he called Sento.
Yeah.
He called him over, which I'm actually, you know what? I'm surprised Sento went to go see him.
Right? Well, I mean, what else is he gonna do?
Evil smash from outer reaches. Kamen Rider. gonna body slam the human race.
No!
Pandora's box.
Good tries.
Oh God.
Man,
And
that's-
just
Man
like,
on planet Mars.
so like,
the box gave to him.
God, and just Soichi's just like. So, experienced your first murder, huh? How was that? I've murdered lots of people. Switched their faces, dissolved them. Hell, I dissolved the guy with a single punch. It was awesome.
I almost murdered you. I kinda did.
Why do you always do the Professor Oak voice when you're talking
I
about
don't know,
things like murdering people?
It's funny.
Please choose your 3 bottles you want to transform with.
Are you alive or are you dead?
Sure.
Choose your first stabbing.
You're
one.
organic and then inorganic.
Best match.
That's how life and death works.
And this is when Soichi becomes best character again.
Yeah, so he just decides,
Stop being a
you
pussy
gotta
and
man,
take
yeah,
these bottles.
man the fuck up. you have to accept what happened. Here, and like I like this too. He transforms into Bloodstark and he talks with his Bloodstark voice, which actually I feel like makes it a lot better just because that voice is fucking awesome.
Does this motivate you? Old time radio.
And just hands him the Toto and Sato.
No, the
or the
Hokuto
and Sato panels with the bottles, and he's just
I'm like, did you just hand the motherfucker 40 bottles and say you can borrow these?
Well, 20.
No, it was 10 on each.
Bloodstarks took 40 bottles.
Yeah.
He took 40 bottles. That's as many as 4 10s.
It was-
That's terrible.
Actually, no, it was.
Yeah, it was 20.
It was 20. My counting is terrible.
Because there's 2 Toto panels.
Right,
That's why.
there's 2 of each panel.
Yeah.
So he's like, here, you can have half of ours, and let's see if you can variable your way to match up with Grease's power.
No, and he actually says that these are like the best bottles out of the 60 or something like that.
I don't know if that's it. He
said these are super powerful bottles.
I think what he was saying was that the strength of the build driver is its viability and its adaptability and its the fact that it has the different gimmicks. It's like, he essentially tells him, get good over the next week with these new bottles so you can gimmick your way into defeating Grease.
Yeah, and then, like, it's really... Because, like, if you don't, Ryuga's gonna have to do it. And I know you don't want Ryuga to die. And Sento's just like,
oh my god.
Fine.
He'll lose and everyone will hate him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In addition to him being a criminal.
But to make another Cars 3 reference, you may not be as fast as him, but you can be smarter than him.
Not very tall, but I'm slow. And large!
And probably I'm
dork.
going to say we get one of the other best fucking shots in this entire episode. Probably the show, too. Where
Definitely
just Build goes to Henshi and you just hear, are you ready? And then it just goes, ready,
It's like, are you?
And you just PTSDs, just everything that happened.
He goes through Vietnam flashbacks as he's transforming.
Yeah.
Ready.
It's funny. The funniest thing is because in high school we actually used to make fun of the Vietnam War flashbacks.
Well, you're never too young to have a Vietnam flashback.
But oh my god, that shot was so well put
and you
together.
see him, he's like afraid, but he's just like, fucking do it. So he starts with fucking Phoenix Sojiki.
Which I think kind of dilutes the impact of the scene a little. I think it would have been more meaningful if he had gone into either like a best match or
I think
a new
Rabbit
form.
Tank should have been the first form he used.
Right? But like, I'm getting over my stress, I'm getting over my trauma, I'm getting over this, I'm going to do
Phoenix
better.
and Vacuum.
Well, think of
Shitty mix-up form, go!
Think of it this way. Maybe he's just not ready to do best matches again.
I guess you could think of it as working his way out.
Like baby steps.
Baby steps.
Sento,
Baby steps.
like at the start of that scene,
A really big gun.
Like Sento's literally back at square one.
Yeah.
He has to. Like,
Well, I mean, square one for him was Rabbit Tank.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he has to
Sure.
start back from where, like,
Training wheels.
yeah, training wheels.
Yeah, I agree.
Trial form.
And then, like, I like that, so he, like, Stark's just like...
They are called trial forms.
Exactly.
So then Stark's just like, he's like, oh, is that vacuum just for show?
I guess you could say he's gonna give fighting a 7-day trial.
Oh.
I don't get it.
7, you know how usually...
Like software.
Yeah, software.
I'm
things you
naming
get,
that
like,
the
a 7-day
episode.
trial to test it out before you actually buy it.
I'm naming the episode that.
7-day trial. Well, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view?
Shiro, you're gonna have to understand that not everything in this high school makes sense.
God damn it.
But
And
yes.
then he goes, so he goes then Rose Sojiki, and then he goes
Okay,
Rose
when-
Helicopter.
No, when he went Rose Sojiki, I didn't even notice. Because
Yeah!
it's the
Nope.
exact same shade of color.
I did. And yeah, then Stark's like, wow, you sure do like red and green. Looks itself. I wonder why.
I molded you.
And then we
You
get.
see this? Human meat.
But yeah, like earlier you were saying, like, is that vacuum just for decoration? And my immediate response is, well, it certainly does suck.
Oh.
Thumbs up.
Oh, God, no.
Wayne's World. And yes, then we get Rosecopter. I fucking love it.
The main weapon is a bow staff.
No, it's a boomerang.
It's a boomerang.
Because it's
out
made
a
of the helicopter
rotor.
blade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was just a bow staff.
I was telling Gar that was like that's like one of my favorite Garisms. Just when Gar realized something. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, butthead. And here's the thing. I noticed that the chime for Rosecopter was Jonetsu no Senpuki, Which is weird
Also
because there.
fan, yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because there is a Senpuki bottle.
Oh, it's
Maybe it
because like
also means-
a helicopter blade goes like.
Maybe
No,
it
I
also-
know.
So.
Does it also mean propeller?
I don't know.
Oh.
But
I'll look at the Japanese word for.
I'm just thinking of JJ Jet Plane.
Oh no no no!
Fuck that! No.
But I love Rosecopter. It's awesome. It's got vine whips and helicopter boomerang, and its vortex finish is he rips off Grease's move, but also there's flower petals. But I gotta say his like spinning charge attack was awesome.
Wait, so what am I looking for? A helicopter?
Sure.
Or
Senpuki. Were you looking for what exactly were you trying to learn?
no? You said like.
No. The chime for Rosecopter was Jonetsu no Senpuki, and Senpuki is also the name of the fan bottle.
Okay, so I'll just do rotor.
Hikadua.
What the fuck?
Huh?
Oh, it's an actual town.
Okay, what?
I don't know. You guys started saying random words, and then I followed the Family Guy episode where a ton of people on the beach just started shouting Hikadua.
Oh, okay.
Like I was always confused on like what exactly is that.
So
Apparently, Senpuki is in English is sweet machine.
That's awesome.
So Rosecopter does its finisher, and then he starts putting in the bottles for Turtle Watch.
Yeah, and then they just cuts
it
to
out,
the
yeah.
fight, and I'm like, for a second I was like, because I was watching the Raw before I watched the sub, so I was like, oh, did like the stream like fucking like cut ahead or something like that, and I'm just like, I watched the sub, I'm like,
Is the video
no.
borked?
I'm like, no, it just cut ahead, so I'm like,
You know why?
why?
Because he activated Watch, so we skipped time.
Oh.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
So we're surfing.
What's wrong?
Car's got his head in his hands, so he's about to hench in the Langle.
It makes the Turtles in Time reference.
Yeah.
Shell shock.
Oh! Shell shock!
Fuck. No, but you know, it's because they
We're
don't
selling,
have.
you
You
go
know why?
kick
It's because they don't have.
Let's
Actual,
kick sell!
It's because they don't have an actual suit for it, probably, because it's a video game.
Yeah, it's a
form.
video game form. They don't have the budget.
Because if you look at the actual like picture of Turtle Watch, it's just like it's digital. You can tell.
It's in Gunbarizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. That's fine. And then
So apparently during that cut is where the 7 best matches special happens.
Yeah. So probably what's going to happen is next week we're instead of talking about Build Episode 22, we're just going to talk about the special.
And then
it's special as long as
it's a 16-minute
It's like
thing,
16
so
minutes.
It's almost an episode.
It's almost an episode.
And then we'll talk about 22 and 23 the week after.
Yeah. So we'll make it exciting. And then so next week we get Hot Gatling Hazard, which fucking everyone's going like goo goo gaga over because it does look fucking cool.
And Ridermania's running wild! It's gonna be a slaughter knocker!
Yeah, it's gonna be like a cage fight, isn't it?
Honestly, it looks like they're like suspended over a high
No,
place.
it reminded me of the final fight in Metal Gear Solid 4, where just it's Sunset and Solid Snake and Liquid Snake are just fighting on top of a submarine and
Oh yeah.
hand to hand. Like that's one of the best final boss fights ever in a video game.
Like it looks like they're on a very small platform that's very high up.
I wonder if they can like fly around and shit.
Well, he's going Hot Gatling Hazard, so probably.
Oh, if he goes to the wings, that would be cool.
Ooh, the black wings? That would
Yeah, if
look
he gets
nice.
black wings, oh my god.
That would look nice.
There we go.
final countdown.
It's the final best match.
No.
No.
Doesn't
No.
really work as a leg, does it? Let people
Guard-
know.
Well, if it isn't
Guys-
my friend Cureno,
Guys
leg
playing-
for an arm and an arm for a leg.
Ha! Guys playing with Q-Reno.
Cureno. All right, on to our featured topic.
Wait.
Featured topic.
So, Emily, what is the Precure we're watching this week?
I'm sorry, I'm still not used to this. Sorry.
Give us some background.
Well, what kind of background?
So, like, what's the theme of HeartCatch Precure?
Okay. HeartCatch Precure is a series that is still widely like fan arted and talked about to this day, and I think Lane came up with a good comparison we came up with together was that it's very similar to Gaim, and that is considered to be like one of the highest quality series. There are people who are really elitist about it and say it's the best and you shouldn't watch any other ones or none compare to it.
Which means that if we were going to watch all the Precures, we should probably watch it last, since it's so good that everything else is not as good? Is it that kind of show?
No, I think it's really good, but I don't think it's necessarily like better than all the others.
God tier.
I
So,
think
so then it's closer to like Double.
I think
It
it's,
did come out the same time around. Same time
I think
as
it's
Double.
I think it's always just like with Kamen Rider. It's based on taste, not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
And to be fair, I didn't really like it.
Well, I mean, Gaim was about fruit, so that's about taste.
It's an
Yeah, that's interesting, Gar, that you didn't like it. So,
I just-
what did you not like about it? Was the animation?
I think that's one thing for starters.
because a lot of people loved it, including me.
I love the
Like like the animation scene, like to me, feels kind of a bit more childish than what we
Which
saw.
is hilarious, because I was about to say, Emily mentioned that this was animated by the same people who did Casshern Sins, which is very not childish.
Well, not animated by necessarily, I don't know. But character designs were by a man named Yoshihiko Umakoshi, who also did the designs for the one I knew him from, Ojamajo Doremi. And he did Casshern, which you can see with Cure Moonlight especially, who just straight up looks like Casshern in a different outfit.
Casshern.
And which I didn't know was based on a toku.
Yeah.
Until later.
Oh yeah, Cashin was a total hero.
Yeah, and also he did stuff for designs for a show called Mari and Gali, which doesn't have any English, any representation at all. I don't think anyone even subbed it at any point. But HeartCatch and Doremi are his most famous things, Magical Girl stuff.
Cool.
He has a very dynamic style with a lot of expressiveness, and honestly, it was one of the main things that made me want to start animating was his style from Doremi. It was him, and it was him and Chris Sanders who did Lilo and Stitch. I'm sorry if I'm right. So, you meant to ask me what the theme was. Sorry.
something about gardens.
Most Pretty Cure series have some form of theme in it, and some of them go really heavy on the theme, and some of them go really light on the theme. This one is more on the heavy side of the theming, and the theme of the season is flowers.
Yeah, because the pink one's name was Cure Blossom, or
Yes.
yeah, Cure
Cure
Blossom.
Blossom.
I didn't catch the other one's name.
Cure
Marine.
Marine. Marine, right.
Wait, Marine?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
blue.
Oh,
blue.
okay. I was like, what?
She's about like water.
And let me just get this out of the way. The first time I heard Cure Blossom, my immediate thought was, so when do we get Cure Bubbles and Cure Buttercup?
Different show.
That's Powerpuff Girls Z.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd watch that on talk about that on this
Genuinely, yes.
I'm sorry, but by episode 3, I just did not care.
Aw,
It's
that's
okay.
okay.
I'm sorry, it just...
See, that's the thing. That's why I say it's about taste. You can't say HeartCatch is the very best Pretty Cure ever.
If
when...
you don't like it, you're bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's not fair.
Yeah, it's like with me, I recognize Gaim is an amazing rider series, and it really is, but just Drive holds my number
Like,
one favorite.
and that shouldn't be considered a crime. Like, you shouldn't be treated like you know nothing if you don't like HeartCatch. And I'm saying that as somebody who really, really likes HeartCatch. Like, I really love it. It's top tier for me. It has a lot to do with the visuals, though, probably. Also, the main characters.
Oh, I love her. She's so adorable.
It's weird. Okay, I think that's the problem with this show. Everything felt so forgettable.
Which is the opposite of what most people think. Most shows have a
You
very...
just don't get it, God.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No. I'm saying most of the... On the other hand, you haven't watched, like, a bunch of them. So
You don't have the context.
it's like a lot of them have... This is like the only one which has a female lead, which isn't the female lead archetype. All of them have the female lead being the bubbly, optimistic, clumsy one. This one has the female lead as the character who would normally be the secondary character, basically having them switch roles. Eric act a lot more like the leads of these series usually do.
Yeah. So, the first episode opens
Sorry
with a
about
fight.
that. I wasn't saying that you didn't...
It's okay,
Will
Emily.
you-
We understand.
No, will you cut this out? I
No,
feel really
no.
awkward.
I don't know, it's fine. So, first episode starts with what looks to be a fight between, I guess, the precursors to the modern cures.
Maybe
It's like a fight long ago between, the ancient cures. It's Cure Moonlight fighting a dark cure?
Whose name is just Dark Precure.
Really?
Yes.
Dark precure.
Yeah, she doesn't have any name other than that.
Yeah, like
That
just,
sucks.
like we started this
Her
episode.
design is cool.
Yeah, like we started this episode, and I was just like, "Whoa!" The animation just went up. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Well, what year did this air?
2010 to 2011.
Okay, so that's like a 7-year gap-ish between the last show we watched. So, obviously the animation has gotten
that's
better.
a 7-year gap because it's season 7. And I noticed because the main character...
Voiced by Nana Mizuki.
I don't,
Really?
What was the main character's name?
Tsubomi.
Yeah,
Yes.
Her shirt
I'm
did
getting-
say 7. I'm like, because it's the 7th season.
I'm getting worse at recognizing voices. I should have recognized Nana Mizuki.
Who is Nanami Suzuki?
She's been in a lot of series, like Nanaha, I think. I can barely even remember. I think she was in Symphogear. I could be wrong.
But yes, I gotta say, out of like the 2 Precures we see and 3 episodes we watch, Tsubomi is like my favorite because she's just adorable. I love how we see her in the first half of episode 1 because like she has this cute ponytail and she's wearing like all pink. She has like nice, cute pink eyes and she wears these really cute round glasses. And I'm like really sad that she got rid of them halfway
me too.
through and like she doesn't wear them anymore because she's like, oh, I need to change like my personality and who I am as a person, so I should just change my look. And I'm like, oh, but like okay.
And that's the thing, like, she starts out wanting to change just her personality and not her look, which I thought was admirable, but then Erica was her name?
Yeah.
Her name is
Erica.
Erica, yes.
She sort of, like,
see her
pressures her into, like, oh, you need to change your fashion as well! Tee-hee. I feel like that was kind of a forced relationship, but I understand that after we watched episode 3, I understand that her being pushy stemmed from her desire to be like her sister.
Yeah.
So, I'll forgive it on that merit. But yeah, I really like Tsubomi. She's really cute, and I think she looked better with the glasses. But I can understand, because I think they're paying homage to the tribute in old movies where, like, a nerdy girl becomes more adorable by taking off her glasses.
Oh, the Princess Diaries?
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why? Just Gar, why was your first answer the Princess Diaries? I don't know.
All I'm thinking of now is the princess is a live action HeartCatch Pretty Cure movie with the actors the same as the Princess Diaries.
Now I'm just
Where we
thinking
have
of
the
Critics
grandma.
Review.
Just, like, dub over their
Where
dialogue.
we have Tsubomi's grandmother played by what's her name?
Oh, I know
Who
who
plays
you're
Mary
thinking.
Poppins?
Oh,
Julie Andrews.
Yeah, Julie.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins, yo.
So, the episode opens with Cure Moonlight fighting the Dark Precure in front of what is basically... in front of what is basically the Mana Tree from Seiken Densetsu 3, which is compiled with the fact that some fairies run away to go find the heroes they need.
Okay.
Just like in Seiken Densetsu 3.
Okay, out of context, that line that you just said.
What?
2 fairies. I'm sorry, my head went somewhere
But,
bad.
Cure Moonlight essentially devolves into, go! Fly! Find my replacements!
Fly, Miss Stupid!
Make sure you interview them! Do thorough background checks!
And then her heart seed is broken into by Dark Precure's attack.
And then from the opening, it looks like she was reincarnated?
Is that what's going on? Is it like a Spirit of the Warriors reborn in modern day?
No,
kind of thing?
she literally fight literally happened like
A week before?
yeah, like if not like the night.
Not like thousands of years ago.
No, they really do make it
10,000
look
years
like
ago.
it's ancient, but no, that girl is in their. I'm pretty sure she's in their school or in a school around there, and her name is Yuri.
Really?
Well,
Wow. Because, like, that's not what it seems like at all. It just seems like this really, like, oh, this ancient battle between 2 powerful warriors for, like, hundreds of years.
it's like some Moon Kingdom.
Not just happened
thing.
randomly
Yeah.
and then happened a week later.
No, yeah, it
No, yeah, that was just out back a week
That
ago.
was just last week. Yeah, it was on pay-per-view. Did you watch it?
It was on the news.
Precure view.
But I mean, if you think about it, then if it weren't last week, then Sheeper and Coffert would have been really crap at finding pretty cures. Because it would have taken them like 1,000 years.
Which wouldn't have surprised me that much.
Hmm.
So, tell us about the 2 mascot characters for the show, the fairies.
Oh, you mean me or someone else?
Yeah, you, since you will know them best.
Okay. Their names are references to French terms.
Are they? They did kind of sound French.
Yes, their names are Chipre or Chipre or Sheepray. I've seen it.
Sheep
Sheep-
ray?
I've seen it. Not like the
Stick
sheep.
it in the sheep-powered
the
ray gun.
sheep-powered ray gun from Sheep of the. Oh my god! I can't believe you made that joke before me. That show was like where
I watched that
90%
show.
of my sense of humor came from.
What show?
Sheep in the Big City, and all of it's on YouTube now. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
Please don't take it down after hearing
Sheep
this
in the
YouTube.
Big City.
I'll just go watch it tomorrow before this goes up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been rewatching it on YouTube, and I've just been losing.
Send
my
me a
mind
link.
Laughing. It's just if you search it, there's a user who just is named Sheep in the Big City who's posting them all.
That
Cool.
name does sound familiar.
And
So-
sorry guys.
So we get to hear the opening theme song, and it's pretty... just like last show, it got more and more addictive the more we heard it.
Yeah, seriously, Precure, you're good with your openings and
I
endings.
think I
Goddamn.
remember this show. I do.
Cheap in the Big City?
Yeah.
Oh no, it sounds very familiar.
Yeah, General Disarray?
No, it's general, specific, and private public.
Right,
Because
General Disarray
everyone's-
was South Park.
Because everyone's names are oxymorons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tsubomi moves to Kibogahana to be with her grandmother's flower shop and becomes the transfer student.
Yeah.
and like
Oh,
she
Lord,
gets like introduced in her class, and like she's like really shy, really embarrassed about being there. And she writes her name on the blackboard like in really tiny letters, just because like she's just like And then like Erica just like honestly, I'm so, like I know she's your favorite character, but Emily, but like her first like interaction with her was just so mean.
Honestly,
I did not like that.
the faces that Erica was making at her during that whole scene, I'm just like, do you like smell your prey in her? Are you like about to pounce on her? What's going on?
I have to say that Erica, I think it's weird because those are all very valid and everything, but I think one of the reasons that I like Erica is because she's absolutely nothing like me and I don't like myself.
Oh.
So she's the person who like will pull you into an adventure. I'm more like the person who has to be pulled. So
I can
Yeah.
understand that.
There.
yeah, it's okay.
Well, like, I mean, that's me with a lot of characters I like, because, like, in my late adult life, I'm now more into villains and stuff, so I like characters who are the complete opposite of me, because I'm, like, the nicest, friendliest guy ever, but I just really like evil.
But the good thing about
Because I would never want to be evil myself, because just, that's wrong. I know it's wrong.
the good thing about Erica is that she never devolves into like being a teasing, nasty character.
That's true.
Ever. Not even once. The nastiest she is in the first episode, and she's literally just saying, "Oh, this is a shy girl. Let me see if I can make her feel less shy." She never becomes Vanellope as well.
Also, join my club, please. Everyone else left me.
I will give... another thing I liked about the show was that its facial expressions were so
Absolutely.
good.
Especially Erica's.
They're so like
Erica is
instantaneous, and then they revert back and do a new one.
As much as this is like sort of the Pretty Cure version of Gaim, I think the best description for how Erica is treated in the fandom is that she's the Pretty Cure version of Dan.
Really?
Because she is basically the meme lord of the entire Pretty Cure fandom.
I can see that.
To the point where even when she did her cameo anniversary appearance for the 10th anniversary, she spent half of it just making weird faces.
Awesome.
Yeah, like...
And she's the blue one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which is how it usually isn't. The blue one's usually the shy and demure one, or the pink one is the enthusiastic, energetic one. This is the opposite.
Gar, would you like to get into the boob joke?
Oh no, not...
I saw that
I still can't believe they actually
in the
got away with
episode,
that.
Right?
and I immediately went to the Castranger chat. Precure just did a boob joke.
So we
That
got
just
so we got,
Boobs!
so we got
Boobs,
introduced.
Ozzy.
We got introduced to our first general of the series. I'm assuming because there's obviously more because there always is.
She's no
Yep.
piss
She
off.
is-
Sassorina. So she's a scorpion lady.
She's Scorpina!
She's Sasori's.
She's
mother.
Scorpina!
She's Sasori's mother.
I like
She's
Tra-
Stinger's mom!
I like
Yeah.
Trakina more.
She's Stinger's mom.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Basically, this is the Jedi of
That's
the show.
where Scorpio got his evil from
Scorpio!
Or we can confirm that Scorpio is the long-lost son of Griffzor in the Scorpina from Zoolander.
Oh my god. You know, I just thought of something. Sorry to go off the topic for a quick second. Wouldn't it have been cool if Don Maj possessed Scorpio's body? That would have been sick.
Oh.
Scorpio Don Maj. Oh my
Kyuranger-
god.
Kyuranger Returns movie? Get on
Yeah,
that
that
shit.
is
Fucking
The
Return of
The
Scorpio.
Revenge of Scorpio.
The Revenge of Scorpio.
Scorpio!
Or, fuck it, Scorpion's Reign.
Sure.
That's
They have
cool.
to like take back Stinger's planet because it got like overrun by dark matter.
But yeah, but
So like Sassorina's like looking for the fairies, and she's like goes up to
okay, Crocker.
Kyuranger-
Fairies!
Kyuranger- and so like the fairy's hiding her shirt. And
Yeah,
so it makes
they
her
fight
her
her.
chest look like really fucking big. So she's like, "Have you seen fairies around here? What? Me? No, of course not." And just you see her like kind of go up close to her, look at her chest, and just go.
I was almost ready for her to just go, nice.
I was
No, she was
almost
like-
expecting there to be a joke where she's like, "How is her chest so big?"
Well,
No, but-
Freaking Earth high schoolers!
She said everything she needed to with that one just
Yeah, I
scoff
know.
she had.
When
Right,
She's like,
right.
"Oh, it's bigger than
Yeah,
mine,
when
bigger
I
than
when I
mine."
first watched
That's probably it.
yeah, when I first watched this years and years ago, I remember thinking, "I can't believe they got away with that." And I guess I blocked it out in my head. 'Cause
You know what
No,
time it is.
At that
Time-
moment, just every girl who was watching that just immediately looked down. They're just like, "Aw."
Well, you know what time it is. Time to make the fuck senses cry.
I'm right underneath. The enemy screwing.
Wow, you made a Revenge of the Fallen joke. Well done.
ogres.
So, as Erica screams and yells her way around after school, it essentially devolves into, "Stop stalking me! Oh wait, your house is right next to mine. Shit!"
How the hell did I not notice you on the way to school?
Because they left at different times.
Yeah, so then we see that Castranger can like look into like the hearts of humans and like see their heart flowers.
It's just like Sailor Moon S.
Fine.
I like
With,
it.
like,
And
the
I
dream
didn't-
mirrors.
I didn't
Well,
realize
the Dream
that
Mirrors was
until-
actually Super S. In S, it was heart crystals.
Oh yeah.
So now it's heart
I
flowers.
didn't realize that until you mentioned. I was just like, oh god. It
So
really
this is one of those Victim of the Week series.
So it's
And
like
I
oh.
really prefer that to the just using objects. But my favorite, sorry if I'm right.
Go for it.
My favorite thing about the Desertorians or Desertrians,
Desertrians, according to the
you
sub
can
we
call them
watched.
either one, because they say Desertorian.
Destorian!
But
Destorian!
but is that they actually don't just make random noises or speak poke speak. They actually speak the inner thoughts and inner demons and pains of the victim.
They're shadows
So,
from
yeah.
Persona!
Yeah. Oh,
They
you're
are-
not me.
Okay, I'm gonna say this for the one person on the planet who knows both things I'm talking about, but the doubt from Dreamcatcher Saga, I'm not even gonna pretend they were almost wholesale ripped off from the Desertorians. They've changed quite a bit, and they are more like shadows from Persona now, but they basically started out as me being like, this is a really good idea.
Well, Ichi, you know what I have to say about that for you find out about the Persona thing? I didn't see it coming!
Wrong game.
Wait, is that not Persona?
No, that's
yes,
Persona 5.
it's Persona 5.
It's still
Persona
Persona.
4 was the anti-shadows.
Yeah, close enough.
So
Good joke.
with Erica's,
We're about to get into Lupin
so
Ranger
with
next week, so
with Erica's inner thoughts or whatever like that.
she's jealous of her sister for being older and smarter and pretty and
Oh,
popular.
I thought she was talking about
Her,
Pure
the
Blossom.
Nope, it's her sister, Momoka.
Momone.
Oh.
The girl in the really? Neither of you picked up on that?
I don't remember seeing a sister, honestly.
No, when they were in Erica's house, like she's talking to her sister, and then she was like, "Oh,
To-
she's so pretty and popular."
I must have zoned out there.
To be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I just
I
read all the
zoned out
background
on that.
notes.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I caught some of it.
Tisk.
So like the whole time I thought she was
I'm
talking about Pure Blossom.
I'm sorry, Emily, not to be rude, but just after watching Build, you know, and how good that was,
This is why I watch
then-
things on different days.
and then I had to watch Pretty Cure, I'm like, okay. I'm gonna think of something to do.
And now you know not to do that next week.
If I'm
Anyways,
even here next week.
So
That's
like,
a good question. That's
so,
a good point.
The fairies realize, like, oh, good, Cure Blossom, like, she's got something special in there. Maybe she can become Precure.
If you have a dream of Cure Moonlight's imminent demise, then that means you can become a pretty Cure.
So that's another nod to Sailor Moon S, where the important people were having prophetic dreams.
Jesus, like Sailor Moon S had like a huge inspiration on like other Magical Girl animes.
Sounded like you said "Magical Girl."
Yeah, hashtag Magical Girl.
God damn it!
So she transforms into Cure Blossom, and it's really pretty. And she like,
Names
yeah,
herself.
you actually got to choose your name this time.
oh,
Are you a boy or are you a girl? Enter your name.
I just
I'm
can't get
a
over.
girl?
I can't get over that she like sprayed herself with like
Oh my God!
magical space perfume.
It was hilarious. Like the sequence starts up and then she like puts the crystal in and then
It's
just
like,
like
open your heart.
and then just like gives herself a little zerts.
Zerts.
That's what I call spray.
Speaking of which, wasn't there a thing of certs on that table over there? The watermelon one? Or Squeaka?
Yeah, it's
I
like,
remember seeing it.
it's like over.
Oh, no, it's here.
Yeah,
You want it?
No.
Well, you can have it.
it's mine.
Become Cure Watermelon.
It's mine. Okay.
Squeaka jelly!
So yeah, her transformations. Her transformation.
Precure, open your mouth!
Her transformation sequence was really cool, and she becomes Cure Blossom, and she has like flowing, fucking awesome pink hair. And
Her hair even is shaped like Blossom from Powerpuff Z.
That is true.
Yeah, it's like a giant ponytail. It's really cute.
And I noticed something when we were watching the other episodes. So, her hair starts off like separated, and then when she transforms, it combines.
Yeah.
Whereas Erica's hair starts off like in one piece, and then when she transforms, it splits.
Yep.
That's cool. Yes. So we see. So episode 1 ends with the transformation.
Oh yeah, right.
And then we see the ending sequence, which was startling for a sec because
3D!
they're dancing CG models!
Then again,
Every season, after from Fresh onward, had CGI
Fresh.
dance endings.
Fresh Orange.
I know that's a thing in like idol anime,
Yeah.
like Love Live and whatever.
Barrius Kobo. No, not Barrius Kobo.
So I'm not that surprised.
Yeah.
But
Blue
it's
hair
still,
chick. No, not Supersonico. Blue hair chick. Idol.
Although to be fair, Sentai
Oh.
also ends with dances that are technically in 3D.
yeah, but
Just-
they don't have to CG them.
Yeah.
They're already actors.
Yeah, that's.
What was
But it's
halftime
basically
show
the same
this year?
deal.
What was the halftime show this year?
I don't know. And then like yeah, we get the typical like oh they like jump in high in the air and she was like she accidentally got jumped high in the air and she's like really high in the air and she's just like how am I jumping so high and it's like oh because you're a Precure you can do that,
That is
but
a-
I'm afraid of heights
Oh, so it's like
And then
Ultraman X.
And then she just straight up crashes into the ground and causes a crater.
and even the fairies are like ooh
Yeah.
Just zero.
Precure tradition of jumping really high and wondering why you're jumping.
Except usually they land better.
Well, they
Like
must
she
do.
should be dead. But of course she climbs out of the crater perfectly okay.
well then she kind of goes like ah, and just like falls over
Oh, shell shocked.
Oh, jeez.
my nose
It's my toes.
my toes
My toe. My
Did
toe.
why did you make it sound like Tsubomi had Morty's voice for a second?
No, it was from TMNT Turtles in Time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just jeez, Erica.
And oh yeah, so we forgot to mention that like the form or whatever that like Erica's thing is just like this giant doll and it takes out like a fucking hammer.
Oh my god, it's like Choha Kaimon from Digimon Cross Wars Hunters.
Is it like a doll?
It's
Digimon?
kind of. It's like it's kind of humanoid, but it's in a giant pig suit, and it's got a terrifying face, and it wields a giant hammer with spikes on it.
The teddy bear Digimon.
Monzano?
Oh,
Manzemon?
Yeah.
or
Maru Manzemon.
oh, that was my favorite one.
The heart.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
With a hug.
Basically.
Oh my god, I remember watching that as a kid.
I do too. It was
He
awesome.
sexually assaulted those kids with hugs.
Oh
They were
god, why'd you have to say it
they
like
were
that?
feeling way too warm and cuddly in those heart bubbles.
Maybe that's why we're not allowed to do free hugs Anime North anymore.
No, now they just do free shrugs.
Oh, you do know I'm friends with that. I was friends with that guy in high school, right?
Cool.
The free shrugs.
That guy's
Yeah.
my hero.
You know-
on
you
Anime
shrug.
North.
You know what my response to that is?
Eh.
Shrug.
Shrug.
To quote Kelly, nah.
It's like how every year he kept like innovating it. The shrugs.
So, Cure Blossom climbs out of the hole with a hearty, I lived, bitch. Not really, but...
I live to fight for another day.
And then, because this obviously is her first time, she doesn't know how to fight and runs around screaming, including a cute little arrow tracking her in that one shot, which was hilarious.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, it's not like in Futari Precure where just like
They're immediately acclimated to it.
They just immediately know what they're doing, even though they are like, we don't know what we're doing, but somehow we do.
We've sort of got the two extremes there. Most of the series have something in between those two.
Yeah.
So yeah, she runs around, and then we gotta watch out for that tree
That's it,
moment.
yeah.
Well, so yeah, like the doll like hits the flowers, and then she like looks, and then like really cool shot of just her standing there, and then like her face shadowed, like looking down, just like
Now
you can
I'm
hurt
dead.
me, but don't hurt the flowers. poison. And I was expecting her to go like fucking Super Saiyan or something.
I didn't care that you were threatening the life of this girl that I barely know, but you step on a flower and I will fuck you up!
Fucking kill you.
That's essentially what that was.
Yeah, unfortunately, I always kind of had me think.
A dandelion.
She likes flowers better.
Like, it
than
reminds
people.
me of the Men in Black movie where just like
Oh, with the
Will
cockroaches?
Smith, Will Smith is trying to get like the bug's attention, so he crushes some cockroaches. Oh, I'm sorry, was that you, Auntie? And he just keeps stepping on them, just pissing him off.
So after face planting and continuing to be a coward, Scorpina whips her hair back and forth.
Whips her hair back and forth. She whips her hair back and forth.
So her hair is like Stinger's stinger. Because she's a scorpion person.
Wait.
Does she like actually poison anyone with that at any point in the show?
I completely forget.
Poison
Awesome.
stuff.
I do know that she uses it a lot as a whip.
She poisons them with dandruff.
Poison star, Sasurina.
Sasori orange.
Though she does basically say that she can sting people.
Yeah.
I think she might paralyze some people by stinging them, but I do not remember, and I really do want to rewatch HeartCatch sometime soon.
And then this show's version of Tuxedo Mask swoops in with a hearty scatter, Senbonzaka.
Yes.
Yeah, he just randomly comes out of nowhere.
And
He just fucking shows up!
And apparently he's...
And never seen again throughout the other three episodes.
Apparently his
No, wait,
name's
you-
Handsome guy.
Yeah, oh, sorry. I thought you were going to reveal his actual identity.
No. We will when the time comes.
Yes, his
but
actual official name is just Handsome Guy.
Yeah, it's Handsome guy.
Handsome
Which
guy.
really goes to show you how much they care.
It's
through these first few episodes.
No, that's his name through the entire series.
That guy.
Does he have an actual name?
No, except for his true identity.
Oh, so he's never actually named.
No, he's never
Gar,
named.
you're gonna be mind fucked when we reveal this to you.
And, like, at least Ryder has the courtesy to give female writers identities and powers from time to time. Precure seems to just not give a fuck about men.
So Erica like collapses or whatever like that because they defeat the doll, and then she brings them back to like her grandma's house, and her grandma's like, okay, like we can't tell her that like any of this shit because like, and she knows the fairies, and it's like, oh, how do you know? It's like, oh, well, she used to be a Cure, and it's like.
So
What?
it's just like what I was saying about the grandma in last week's series.
It's almost like someone saw it and was like, maybe we should make it so someone's grandma actually was a Cure this time.
And I love that. I love there's like a history of previous Precures.
Yeah, and this is the first season that really went full gung-ho with the whole Pretty Cures
Is an established
a
thing.
thing that exists in this world. They go to a hall where
Long
it's like
through history.
a hall of fame where it's like all the statues
Pretty
of
Hall?
previous Cures. I know it has a name, but I forget what it is.
And
We call it Pretty Hall.
apparently her grandma used to be Cure Flower, which
Which, of course, because I have to give every old person the same voice ever, she's now Professor Flower.
that's her.
Are you a boy?
That's
Are
the
you-
grandma.
Are you a Cure?
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
I saw it on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Well, like I literally looked up the show on Wikipedia. It had like all of them on the cover, and then when they said that, I'm like, I turned back over to the other screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see it.
So you were cheating.
Well, not really cheating. I was looking, like I was just looking for dates.
Yeah, I do that too. Like when I'm watching a movie.
Gar, I have something to tell you. You can't date a cartoon character. I don't care if it's Valentine's Day.
No.
Oh shit, Loner's Day is coming up.
Singles Awareness Day.
It's Loner's Day, bitch. Get it right.
Whatever. Wayne and I are going to a Valentine's party tomorrow.
Okay, I thought
Not as dates.
I thought that's what you said. I thought you said Lane and I.
No, Wayne and I. Mr. Cosplay Medic, good friend of mine.
You know the
Yeah.
cosplay minute?
Yeah, the cosplay man.
Have you not? If you go to conventions, you see him.
No,
He's
I
like
have seen him. I just didn't realize you knew him.
Oh yeah, he and I are friends. We play tabletop games a lot, or we used to. Anyway,
What were we talking about?
HeartCatch?
Professor Flower, are you a Cure?
The grandpa. So yeah, there you go, Chad. That's what the grandma looks like as a Cure. So she's really, really pretty.
In my younger days.
So like Erica wakes up and then like she's like, oh, I had like.
She
You know,
looks.
what happened?
I just
and her
I-
grandma's just like, oh, you fell and we found you and brought you back here. And she's like, oh, well, I had a really realistic dream where like
You were
dolls
there.
attack you
You
with like a
were
hammer, and
there.
I saw you like transform into something.
You just
and
sort
I
of
saw-
skipped into the second episode there.
and just
Yeah, no, I mentioned that the first episode ends
Oh,
with.
wow, I'm an idiot.
yeah,
Sorry.
and the grandma's just like, shh, HeartCatch, don't like confirm any of this. And she's like,
By the way, anyone who's seen My Hime, doesn't Cure Flower in her younger form look like Shiho?
Yes.
Anyways, so yeah. And then we meet the most,
oh my god,
I'm gonna use the word interesting character.
it scared him.
A giant fucking marmot of some kind.
He's a fairy.
Master Coop!
Master Coop.
Her familiar.
Which, okay.
Her version of the fairies.
My thoughts on Master Coop is...
Oh my god.
He was not really, like, that appealing to me when I first saw him, but then when he just kept, like, showing up in shots and stuff, the more I see him, the more I love him.
Just like,
so I love Master Coop.
He's let himself go, but don't say that to his face.
So
pretends he's still in his prime.
Emily, can I reveal?
Slowpoke.
Okay, we're about to reveal a major spoiler for HeartCatch that is absolutely hilarious when you find it out, but I assume that you guys wouldn't watch the whole show, so you wouldn't find it out.
So,
yes,
you know Master Coop?
Yeah.
The big hair guy? You know, handsome guy?
Mr. Senbon Sakura?
Yeah.
Same guy.
It's him.
Yep.
He takes the image of Cure Blossom's late grandfather.
So she gets saved by her hot young grandfather.
Who is actually a fairy in that form.
Who is the marmot.
So, like...
Right? I was just like,
What did you say? We were like, what? Was he, like, begging the grandma in that form or something? Or is he just doing it because, like, why the fuck not?
Gar's choking.
Does Master Coop, like, in his, like, regular form, like, ever say anything?
He has giant lips with which to do so!
Or does he just shift his eyes up and down when he does?
I think I know what he would say.
Huh?
Coop. Terrorize!
I could use pants.
He would sound like Slow King. But no, I don't think he actually says anything at all, even as handsome guy.
Did they ever make a toy, Master
damn it.
Coop?
Yes, he got a big giant ass plushie.
Wait, that's a girl?
No, he.
Okay, you said she. I was like,
no, I said he got a giant ass plushie, which came with miniature cheap and
oh
coffee.
my god, I gotta find Master Coop.
It's so cute.
No.
I have wanted to get it for a very long time, but it's very expensive.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
Master Coop, yeah.
Just
I love
search
Master
Kape
Coop.
as C.
So because Cure Blossom essentially lost that first fight, they haven't actually saved Erica from her mind Pokeball.
No, eBay, I don't want a coupe like the car.
I knew it! I knew you were gonna do that.
He also got a figure art.
What?
The Constitution Hall. Do you mean
Oh
cocksucker?
my
don't be
god! Look at the fucking size of him. It's the figure at zero, Master Coop. That's amazing.
Yeah, the HeartCatch figure arts are
He's
beautiful.
just like sitting there, just
Slow bro. Slow bro.
my courage is a coop.
He's got a giant heart on it.
Yeah, I love him.
So yeah, they take Erica, who's trapped in this tiny translucent Pokeball, basically. Yeah, we have to save your friend. And I'm like, yeah, you guys left a giant rampaging monster and your friend whose mind is decaying. Maybe, like, chop chop!
Decayed.
Diddy Mao! So apparently the doll and Scorpina track them back to their place, and they're about to fight, and then she's like, oh no, I left my henshin thing at home!
Yeah,
But it's okay, because Grandma was holding it the whole time and decided to let you think you lost it for a few minutes. That's really smart.
Because grandmas like to fucking troll their grandchildren like that.
And that's when the doll pulls out the giant hammer and becomes thrice more terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
So she transforms, uses her... There's a bunch of fighting, and then she does Blossom Tact, which I guess Tact is the category of Hisatsu in this show.
Yeah, it's what they call it's actually what they call the staff they use.
Oh, that's the name of the weapon.
Attacks are based on musical terms for some reason.
Okay.
And they're called Cure Forte Wave and Cure.
Oh yeah, Forte
Fortissimo.
Wave. That's weird. Like if they're gonna go with flowers, I was expecting like Final Bloom or something like
hilariously
that.
enough, the season immediately after, which people really shunned just for it not being HeartCatch, I think Drive got the same thing.
I think we need some fan art of Cure Cagney.
Oh my god, that would be beautiful.
Cagney from Cuphead, the big flower boss.
Jesus.
Or honestly, just Tsubomi with Kamen.
Yeah.
So I have both Lay and I, people who haven't played Cuphead or Cuphead.
Cuphead?
Cuphead.
Cuphead?
Cuphead.
I'm calling it Cuphead.
Cup. So they defeat the monster. They free Erica from the pink Zeo crystal, and then one of the mascots shits out a seed, which goes into a heart pot.
Because
I
logic.
wish I was making a joke about any of that.
Yeah, she poops seeds.
She poops out weird golden liquid, which then immediately coagulates into a heart seed.
Yeah,
No
it's
one
a
to-
little.
And no one
messed
to this
up.
day knows what that.
It even like
is.
wags its ass at the camera every time it does it. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was weird.
That wasn't necessary.
No.
Oh no.
So, episode 3. They both wake up. Morning, neighbor! The two female protagonists have their bedroom windows directly facing each other because they're next door neighbors.
Hey, don't you know school's ready? Oh no, I'm late.
Anime trope number 58.
No
Anime
toast
trope,
involved,
I've
though.
lost count.
Right? Not enough toast.
Not enough to give me toast. Toast for breakfast.
Powdered toast, man!
Toast man. Powdered toast man.
So, Erica and Tsubomi are hanging out at school, and the plushies just drop all pretense and go, yeah, you're the second Precure. Enter into a contract with me. It's totally fine.
Yeah, they kind of rush it a little in this one on her second
Do it.
picture.
They'd be good lawyers.
Do it.
Sign the thing! Do it! Yeah, do it!
Do it.
Do it or you're gonna die!
Haha. Haha. You're gonna die. Haha.
And we see the clone troopers, aka the student council, and they're led by a person.
By man.
Yes, Matt.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, man.
Meanwhile, we cut to the location of the villains, aka Oogie Boogie's hideout.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
hell,
it's got the
Lee's
spiral hill there, yeah.
Oogie Boogie.
I was ready to just go.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I never got that far in that movie.
Oogie Boogie's like one of the best characters.
I don't know. Now I'm just thinking of I'm just a mean green mother from outer space.
So Scorpion reports to what is essentially Sephiroth in the Zex Marquis mask.
Yeah, really.
That's interesting. I also thought he looked a lot like Flugel from Dot Hack. But
That
only I
guy's
get
name
the
is
joke.
actually Dr. Sabaku, I believe.
Wow.
I miss Pissard.
Yeah, Pissard or bust. No! Pissard or piss off!
Yes!
Oh, can that be the title of the episode? Piss
No,
off.
I already named it 70 Trial.
Damn it.
Wait,
So-
is that actually his name? Let me just see if it is, if I got it wrong. I think I might have it wrong.
So, Erica and Tsubomi are going around trying to find more people to join their fashion club. And they try to recruit a red-haired girl who is sad because the boys on the soccer team are all sexist children.
Yeah,
Yep.
they won't let girl on the team.
So, of course, because she has
Oh, God,
any semblance
it's-
of a personality, she becomes the victim of the week.
Oh God, it's She's the Man with Amanda Bynes. She
Oh,
disguises
wait.
herself as her
Oh,
brother so
yeah.
she
I
can play on
remem-
the men's soccer team.
I
Oh
remember
my
that
God.
movie.
And she falls in love with Channing Tatum, and Channing
Yeah,
Tatum
his
falls in
name
love
is
with her.
his name is Professor Sabaku.
Okay.
And then she got a soccer ball right in the crotch, and like everyone else is just looking. She's like, "Oh right, ow!"
Oh my god!
My groin.
And so we get like this soccer ball boxing
Ball
monster,
man.
which is fucking awesome, and it just goes ball.
Soccer boxer, more fun than a pillow fight.
No,
Oh my
it's actually really
goodness,
cool.
that was-
It has like soccer ball for.
Balls for head, balls for face, balls for hands, balls for balls. Wait, just balls. I love them balls.
Okay.
balls up the butt.
That was a reference to the Persona 4 Him Daisy comic. Or Hi I'm Daisy comic, whichever.
Oh, I love that fucking thing.
Right? So yeah, it sings every line of dialogue it has, which are all terrible. So
And
after
then all the soccer players are like, "Oh, what the fuck do we do? It's not our fault. You're a girl."
so the soccer monster promptly scores a goal by way of shoving Cure Blossom into the net.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
Mhm.
And then Erica commits to being the Precure. Although there was one shot that was kind of weird where she like rubbed her head like she had a headache.
Yeah, that's during her transformation. I don't know why she does that. It's
Right.
cute though.
So she becomes Cure Marine, and I like the design.
It's pretty. I like her
It's,
hair.
it's cute.
I just read this weird thing here about HeartCatch. I didn't know until now. Apparently, a HeartCatch Pretty Cure poster appears in the final episode of Imagine Anime, a spin-off of the
Really?
tokusatsu series Kamen Rider Den-O.
Cool.
Momotaros complains about the poster's size and him being left out of the poster.
Cool.
I didn't know about this until this second,
Because,
so...
well, the Imagine anime.
That would require you to watch the Imagine anime.
Yeah. I watched all 34 episodes.
34?
3 seasons.
Christ.
And Ultraman Taro makes a cameo in the final episode.
Cool.
Well.
Is it bad?
Oh, you know why? Because Taro. Momotaros. Urataros. Kintaros,
Makes sense.
Ritaros.
God
Oh.
damn it!
Though my favorite episode is when they're trying to come up with an idea for a rider.
So, Cure Marine uses some technique called Marine Shoot, which is essentially just Mercury Bubble Blast.
This was the first ever Pretty Cure series with sub-attacks.
It's cool. And then she finishes off with her Marine Tact, thus saving the red Zeo Crystal.
Wait, what?
The crystal that they merge with the object looks like the Zeo crystals.
Oh,
So far we've had pink and red, so I'm ready for the rest of the colors. So Scorpina bails, and Sayaka, the soccer girl, decides, fuck the boys, I'm going to start a girl soccer team.
Good for her.
And thus, one of the mascots shits out another heart chiclet. Oh, and by the way, Erica fixed the creepy doll that was attacking them an episode ago, and the kid that owns it just happens to run into them at that exact moment.
and it's like Ultraman Orb.
Oh God.
Guy found that doll and just ran with dolls.
And the episode ends with Tsubomi and Erica now best friends holding hands.
Yeah.
And apparently the next episode is about them falling apart and having to learn teamwork. So that was quick.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah, I can see why HeartCatch Precure is a really popular series, and like, I would watch more if I didn't already have like a lot of stuff to do. So
I'd be into watching more just to see more of Erica's faces.
There's lots and lots of that. It's
Good.
I bet there's a compilation that you could just find.
Yeah.
You know, if I was gonna actually focus on
You
Precure,
know that-
I'd go from season to season.
know that meme video where it's like when I'm blank, where it's like brown, brown, brown.
I'd love to see a
brown,
When
brown,
I'm
brown.
Erica if there isn't actually one.
Like one of those of Erica's faces.
If there isn't one, I'd be genuinely shocked.
Right. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I liked it too. Sorry you didn't.
I like that it follows the same like looking inside a Victim of the Week format that Sailor Moon S and Super S had. That would probably keep me interested.
I love that so much more than the Let's Fight a Random Monster Made of Objects thing.
So seeing as they did Erica as the first Victim of the Week, does Tsubomi get her heart flower snatched at any point?
I do not think she ever does, no.
Oh.
Is there more?
At least
than
Sailor
just-
Moon did each of the scouts in one episode or another.
Is there more than just the 2 Pretty Cures this season?
Does spoilers matter? Like,
No.
there is a third Cure who is the student council president who is actually a girl, and
Cool.
her name is Itsuki Mioduin, and and she becomes Cure Sunshine.
You're my sunshine.
It's freaking awesome.
And there's a fourth one.
And there's a fourth one, which is Cure Moonlight. She gets her
The one from the opening
Yeah,
bit?
she believes in herself again, and allows her heart seed to heal, and she uses the Kokodo pot to transform.
Oh.
So people figured that out, that she was coming back pretty fast by
It's
hacking
funny
that
because when I
toy.
first saw the heart pot, I thought it looked like a transformation device.
Yeah, people figured out pretty darn fast that she was coming back by hacking that toy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's always sad when people hack toys and already know what's gonna happen.
I love it. That's what Kamen Rider and Sentai does all the time.
You know, look at this kitty.
People in the podcast can't see that card. Thanks for mentioning it.
The kitty. He's confused by one of those coin cat things.
You know what I'm confused by?
Why?
Why we aren't talking about Kyuranger yet.
Yosha Lucky! Ah, the fuck was that?
We're under attack!
Wait a minute, what?
God, no, don't shoot.
Blaze?
Yeah,
Thespian?
What are you doing here?
Kyuranger.
You broke our wall!
Well, hey, you shouldn't have put it there.
This is my house! This is where we live!
Oh, letting the cold in.
Well- Give me a minute. Magic.
Whoa!
I can fix it.
Use defend to put up a wall.
You have to use the wall, Qtama.
Defend.
There probably is one.
So, joining us for Kyuranger discussion for the finale, we are joined by Spellcaster Blaze and Stagecaster Thespian.
Hi.
I'm a vampire. Hey.
Oops, sorry.
Don't shoot our guests.
I
Sorry.
said don't shoot. I'm sorry. I will fix your wall.
Hey, it could be worse. You could have broken our basement.
Well.
You have a basement?
We do now.
So, yes, the final episode of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger has fallen upon us, and
we have our favorite Kyuranger items in hand today.
Psycho Kitama!
Wait, do we need a roll call?
Oh yeah, play the roll calls!
Fuck!
Shining through the night. Spellcaster. Blade. Spotlight on me. Stagecaster. Thespian. The ceiling.
I built a spaceship. That's what we crashed through your wall.
I think I see a bird.
That's pretty up. Like the movie.
There you go.
I'll see you when Paradise Falls.
But yes, Guard is the final episode of Kyuranger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
So
it
just-
really?
Can it not be?
To celebrate, we are holding in our hands our favorite Kyuranger items. I have my Heavy Sky Qtama.
I got my Psycho Kyutama, bitch!
I have Kyureno because that's the only Kyuranger thing that I have.
I have my Tenbin Qtama because that's the only Kyuranger thing that I have. But
And it's in a bag.
it's in a bag.
I
yeah.
got my Koguma Qtama and my Seiza Blaster.
Go.
I
I'm
wish I
holding
had
my
the other
phone.
mechs, but they're all sold out.
It has a picture of a Kyutama on it.
Got it.
I also have Ryutei Kyureno beside me because I got lucky.
Oh god, why?
Why didn't you mention that
I
before
like
the
the
phone?
form. All the forms you guys hate, all the clusterfuck forms, I really like. I don't know.
Like
Oh, yeah,
like
we
the
also
one
have
that's
our
just
Q-Let.
balls?
I do like
yeah.
Qtama Jin.
Do
Fight me.
we want to take the QLED for one last spin?
It doesn't have batteries in
It
it.
doesn't have batteries in it. I had to steal them for the G-Dreiser.
Damn it!
What?
How dare you!
Don't
I'm
matter if
sorry.
the Q-Light.
Oh,
I found the clip on YouTube of the one time they used the QLED and it went really fast, so it just you
He's
see
just
fucking
waving his
Show
arms
Ronpo's
like a
arms
crazy
going.
person.
"Whoa!"
Whoa, going down there, bud.
But yeah, is it really the final episode?
Yes,
It's
Yeah.
the final episode until the audio drama, I guess.
and
again,
the Space Squad 2 movie that got announced.
Gee, Guard, tell us why it isn't.
It didn't feel like it didn't feel like everything was like leading up to this moment.
Is it because
Well-
it ended almost exactly how Lucky's appearance started in the beginning of the show?
Oh my god.
No, it just I don't know. We'll get into it, but first let's start at the beginning of the end. Wait,
I just love how like they do the whole like guess the Qtama thing at the start, and it's like hint rainbow. Oh jeez, I wonder if they're just gonna make them all correct for
end
the
of
finale.
the episode. Everyone that guessed the color won, unless your favorite rainbow is a red rainbow or a blue rainbow.
Special. Hey, Lucky was somewhat cool at times.
At times,
At the very least.
I
I
got
feel like
words for Lucky.
I have a lot of words for Lucky.
Me too.
So Don
I like
Armage,
him.
final form, and he starts going on about how he basically is the galaxy because he ate the galaxy, and my essential response is, shut up, you're not my real galaxy!
So, I will say, kind of disappointing, but also thank fuck that we didn't get, like, a universally shouted Yosha Lucky. So,
I am upset. I wanted Ichi so mad.
Right?
no, and I even told Ichi before, and I'm like, I'm just letting you know, it was a very countable Yosha Lucky count.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So what's the final Yosha Lucky count until fucking Kyuranger Space Squad movie happens? Then
Yeah,
count
what's the
those two.
final-ish count of Yoshila?
there was the one at the end where, like, I wasn't sure if we count it. I
Sure,
can't-
fuck it.
Okay, then there were 9 this episode.
Which is a total to
324.
324 Yosha Luckies.
Is that a space reference or something?
Oh, wait, I just remembered. There's another reason why we crashed through the wall.
Why?
It's episode of Zoomeril.
Sorry?
It's episode of Zoomeril.
Yeah!
Oh, cool.
What does that have to do with crashing through my wall?
It was urgent.
The wall?
Scratch the wall! It's episode of Zero! Alright, bye.
Wait, isn't it episode of Meryl?
Didn't you say it was... I thought it was 184.
It is 184. Was last week episode Meryl?
No, episode Blossom. Pretty sure.
No, that was the last time I was on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
What's Pokemon number 184?
I just googled it.
It is a Zoomeril. So last week was episode Meryl and no one said anything.
Oh,
No.
Or maybe they did and I didn't listen.
Meryl's one of my favorite Pokemon.
I call it
Zoomeril
Peekaboo.
was like my first ever water type that I ever tried playing with.
I remember when people called it Peekaboo.
They still can't catch Entei.
But yeah, so Don Armage is going on about how he is the galaxy, and Lucky essentially like, nobody likes you, and I just wanted to hear billions of voices from within Don Armage go, yeah!
What happens though?
I am the galaxy. Oh shit!
I am a woman.
Imagine Darnamage was just a woman. Okay, can we please quickly get into his origin, because oh my god, was it just so generically stupid.
He's a Pokemon!
No. So I'm gonna
He's a legendary devil.
Everyone, one at a time.
of course.
He is the coalescence of negativity and despair from the entirety of the galaxy.
Well, I was getting into that. So no, let me finish, please. So Lucky says, okay, I have all the good luck in the galaxy, because I'm the luckiest man, like, alive or whatever, in the galaxy, in the universe, whatever. And so Darnamage responds with, yeah? Well, I'm literally all the bad luck in the universe. And then he just goes, yeah, I was a little floating thing of dark energy, and I fed off all the negative and worst luck and emotions of people everywhere in the universe, and I grew stronger and stronger.
Which made me immediately go, if you're born from unluckiness, why the motherfuck are you not a black cat?
Well, he's
Probably was at one point.
He should have been.
No. Do you know what he was? He was that mystical space cloud thingy from Futurama that Bender
I
ran
wanted
into.
a disgusting hodgepodge of black cats, mirrors, and ladders on this
I
thing.
don't know why that went out. Sorry.
Broken mirrors. Also,
Yeah.
Broken mirrors.
Also spilt salt.
Yeah.
Whenever someone spills salt, you know Don Armage is there. When someone walks underneath the ladder, Don Armage will be there.
Open an
Every
umbrella
black
and
cat that
doors.
crosses your path, that's Don Armage.
Open umbrella and doors, bam, Don Armage.
Bam, Don Armage.
But think of it. If he is made up of all the negative energy in the universe, you know what that led to me thinking?
What?
Oh, so we're going to steal him away then. Because think of it. If he survives on all the negative energy in the universe, can he really be killed?
I think the idea was that his form was the energy, but he himself is just like a core. They gotta destroy the core, and that's it.
I think the idea was that now that he's gone, we're gonna make the whole galaxy happy so that he doesn't come back.
You know what this feels like? This feels like a bad version of the Kyuranger ending. Because at the end of Kyuranger, they do the exact same thing. Where the big boss, I can't remember his name, he was all like, oh, I live off of all the anger in humans. And then the Cockrangers are like, well, we can't make everyone happy forever, so fuck it. We'll just seal you away again.
You're back in the hole!
Door.
Yeah,
And
but
they,
I mean,
push him through the
Lucky
door.
is the luckiest man in the universe.
Oh,
He can,
so
he can defeat him without making bad luck disappear.
the best thing to happen this episode, they updated the opening, kind of.
Yeah.
So they changed 9 saviors to 12 saviors.
Yeah,
And they had all their silhouettes.
and then we don't get the rest of the opening because it's the finale.
Yeah.
Which doesn't...
Well, we get it later, but we'll talk about that when the time
The
comes.
Nine
'cause that's
Saviors
awesome.
still doesn't make sense, though. But I'll get to that.
So Daramage has eaten the entire galaxy and claims they will suffer within me for eternity. I will make them watch the ninja reruns forever.
Oh god.
John Armage basically said to the entire galaxy, "Get in my belly."
Yeah, and he's basically Apocalypse. Why do you all get the pizza while I get the crusts?
He's an evil Kirby.
Yep. And then he pulls a Momonga from Overlord and uses Aura of Despair on everyone.
And then just Lucky's like, nah, fuck that. And so they all, like...
They give generic, inspiring speeches like, don't give up, kids listening and watching. Do the thing. Do whatever you want to. Just do the
Just
thing.
like to think Kotaro's just yelling at Jiro, just like,
Nothing's
Jiro!
impossible.
Jiro, we need to get, if you want to get through this, and you want to get your Netflix back, you need to be proud. Oh,
You need to get the Netflix Chutama.
The Netflix Q-Top.
Just you hear Jiro's voice from within it. I will watch Netflix.
And so we get...
No, guys, I think we all know.
Actually, I prefer Hulu.
We all know what we have to say.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, I'm thinking of that.
I was thinking of
guy.
it when she said it too.
I'm thinking of the never give up guy.
Yeah.
The guy who's standing in clam water or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, never give up.
yes, but also just like, don't let your
Oh, yeah, the
dreams
Kamen
be
Rider.
dreams. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Honestly, that
Think
speech
of all the
was,
people cheering you on. Never give up.
that speech was really good, actually.
quote-
If we may be honest.
To quote Danny
Yeah.
and Max, "Never give up."
So-
It made me smile.
So we get a roll call of all of them like untransformed, and it was actually really
Yes.
fucking cool. Like I loved Lucky's just because he just was like superstar, Shishireto. He just looks so fucking serious
Just
doing
right
it.
before that, though, we start to see like the holograms of all the people inside of Armage start to become inspired, and then right at the end you see Hoshi Minato, and I'm just like,
just
we have to
yell.
save Hoshi Minato.
Yeah,
now
it's
shit
all-
got real.
The whole fate of the galaxy depends on saving Hoshi Minato,
Oh,
the space singer,
The alien superstar who played by
the
Beatbuster.
gold face guy.
why do we
The alien
care
superstar
about
who
him
has
so much?
two
I
arcs.
care.
It's Hoshi Minato.
Seriously, if he wasn't played by a previous Ranger, chances are he probably wouldn't care that much.
Probably not.
Speak for yourself. I don't know. I don't care about him.
So they all.
I was
So
just
all.
confused at how he was always at the ending.
So all 12 of them henshin, and we get a very nice, proper group shot of all 12 of them at the end of their roll call. Love it. Mwah.
It was so weird though when like they're all like gathering up like as a group or whatever because like after they're all got like fell down or whatever like that, and so like you see like Rampo just like getting back to like the side or whatever like to where his spot, and then like Garu just kind of like is like the last one to
Behind
like
them?
fall into the rest of them, and I'm like,
He always is-
Garu, come on, man.
He is always the one to break formation because he's hunched over where everyone else is always standing up
He's,
straight.
Remember the
he's
first
a,
time-
he's a
remember the
dog
first
man.
time-
What do you expect?
Well, maybe it's
Remember the first time they had a group transformation? Like Lucky stepped forward to be like the epic Red Ranger leading the fight, and then Garu just stepped forward, and then it was weird.
Because he's
But-
fine.
I'm his
Lucky.
pet,
Fourth.
yeah.
so I get to stand where Lucky stands.
Dogfish.
So, so
Fourth,
basically,
fourth.
so almost everyone fires off their impact attacks, and the
They
galaxy.
should have all done it and all done
Right?
their name.
Yeah, that
impact.
would have been so cool.
I would have said.
Instead,
but
we
I
only
don't
get like
think-
half of them.
I don't think we ever saw Washi Pink do her impact attack.
No.
I don't think
Like
so.
at least ever name it.
Well,
She
I mean,
did it, but-
well, I
she
mean,
did it, but she never
her
named
weapon
it.
is the gun, so what would her impact?
I
really
did
be?
like that her and Rampo were shooting from a distance though.
Yeah, and
so-
she and she went off. She did the whole Sailor Moon catchphrase again.
Yeah, Never quit, I will push you.
But yeah, so they do their impacts, and the galaxy starts leaking out of him.
Polaris Impactor!
And then so then Lucky immediately just is like, okay, fuck it, going Orion, so he does.
Go.
Fire the everything!
And then he uses the final All-Star Galaxy, and like I realized something, like with the Psycho Q-Tama or whatever like that, you can use like a Galaxy for like each Kyuranger, well like the
Yeah.
first 9, but he never once ever does it with any of
I
them.
didn't realize it was a thing until Lane showed me today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Right.
always
Right.
just done All-Star
Like-
Galaxy.
like after he got it, there should have been an episode where he learned more about the backstory of each individual ranger and then teamed up to do the final attack of each.
Yeah, right.
Really superstar. Shishi Galaxy.
1 second, mute me.
But yeah, so they fire the everything, and then like Don Armage almost reflects it, but they just bounce it back to him.
They really push too.
Everyone, kill it with fire!
God, you have to bounce it back.
Alright, sorry.
The galaxy's deadliest game of volleyball.
Sorry, that was my dad.
That was volley.
But yeah, so they defeat Armage, but of course he comes back giant because why not?
Thank you, Tamajan.
But I like. Sorry, let me finish quickly. I liked that when they all went out of him, he just had like a blank form.
Yeah, we saw his blank form last episode.
Oh no, I thought that was when he absorbed the universe. That was the form we saw.
No. What happened was first he was Dante, and then when they rescued Tsurugi from him, he was in the blank form, and then he ate the galaxy and became final form, and then went back to blank form.
But no, so first off he decides, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go absorb Lucky, because like, No, they did the
Megazord fight. Megazord fight.
Okay.
Then they went back to him again. This episode. The fight went on for too long.
Yeah.
Fire the Voyagers!
That is my biggest problem. This fight went on for too damn long.
It's the final boss. If any fight's going to be elongated, it should be this one.
I do want to say, like last week you said that you would have been annoyed if it was only 15, if it was like less than like a 5-minute fight, and now you're annoyed that it was longer than 5 minutes.
No, I just hate how it went from human-sized fight to Megazord fight to human-sized fight again.
I mean, they've done something like that before in the Sentai, and I think also in Kyuranger.
It's the final boss.
Yeah, well, the final boss
You've got small form, big form, and then small form again.
I just think it's hilarious that when they finally like defeat him for realsies, like he's like lying on his back, and then we get what looks like real nuke footage.
And now I am the dead.
Oh yeah.
And to top it off, like he's lying there on his back, and then his legs like split open, and he essentially sharts out the galaxy.
He even says the galaxy is spilling out of me.
Yeah.
I just remembered that I wanted to say when they were all doing they did the arm team, leg team, OQ thing again.
Oh yeah.
And Kyorampo was just like, well, we're shoulder team, right, Kotaro? And he just doesn't respond.
We're helping.
We're useful.
Don't remind me. We're just the shoulder pads.
So Armage sharts out the galaxy, and the most important thing is that Jiro is saved.
Yes.
Yeah,
one important thing is that Netflix is saved.
Yeah.
And just like we thought, now that he's defeated, he's going to try and possess someone else.
Why didn't he try doing that at first?
Maybe he has to be defeated before he can try.
Yeah, no, he said literally you have to be dead to like absorb them, so possess them. So he just decides, you know what, Lucky, you're the luckiest man in the universe. You're powerful.
Tsurugi wasn't dead.
Yeah,
no,
but I guess
what has to happen is
that if I absorb the luckiest man, then I'll get his luck.
What has to happen?
Yeah, and try to pull a DeVoe.
I think what has to happen is Don Armage has to have lost his last body, but maybe he just wanted to add insult to injury by shoving Lucky up into space and like, I'm gonna let you die first before I take you over. That way you can't fight back.
That's fair.
But
so he shoves him up into space, just like how he almost died in the first
Guardians
episode.
of the Galaxy.
If the most unlucky thing possesses the most lucky thing, isn't that just counteracting each other?
Yes. Yeah. Then he just becomes Joe
Schmo. That just make a black hole that destroys the universe?
That's why it doesn't work.
Maybe.
He becomes Guy.
Actually, yeah, that would make sense.
Just a guy.
Yeah. So again, Lucky being lucky how he was in the first episode, he's just like, no, fuck you. I'm not succumbing to your evil. And then, lo and behold, the Leo constellation shows up again, and then he rides down on a fucking meteor, and like, not as good as the first time he did it.
Yep, I have only one note for. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have only one note for the entire episode, and it was that the theme song had a line predicting this from the very beginning.
Did it?
Because it actually says, "Ride a meteor amongst the shower and fly and fly and fly."
Oh, cool.
So the theme song had that in it from the very beginning.
But yeah, like, while Loki's up in space and, like, trying to willpower himself free, he says again and again, Orewa! Orewa! And my brain just went,
no.
Koko ni iru! Skies!
Orewa Tenkuji
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do Tenkuji Sakura.
So
I respect Lucky, despite how much I don't like him.
So, not as good as his first transformation on the meteor from episode 1, but still pretty cool.
When he rode in on the first meteor shower, he killed the whole field of mooks.
No, I know he did.
Yeah, but he also jumped off. This time he rode it like a skateboard, and that was cool.
He totally
I'm just imagining Lucky with like a backwards cap just riding on an asteroid.
Yeah! Hang Space 10!
No, he just needs a guitar.
Hey kid, you can't skate here. You can't tell me what to do.
It's better than the Scooty Puff Jr. he rides at the end of the episode.
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny, because they had just freed the galaxy and all the people were like around. I would just laugh if like he rides into the meteor shower. And then the meteors extincted humanity.
No, because he's too lucky for that to happen.
I don't know. Maybe Don Armage negated some of his luck.
No. Nope.
And then they all died.
And that's how I wiped out the dinosaurs.
And that's how I met your mother.
This isn't hentai Kamen.
So they did it. They beat him.
They did a thing, and Lucky collapses after being awesome, and everyone shooting at him, and then him just doing him just jumping from miles in the air and flashing.
Yep.
2 years later.
Oh, that was amazing.
And yeah, 2-year time skip.
Commander Stinger.
Yes!
In the jacket!
Yeah! Stinger's wearing Ronco's clothes.
I did not expect that.
Was not expecting.
Hang on.
Really good.
2 years.
2 years.
Yep.
Not a week, not a month, 2 years.
Well, better than what Kyuranger did. 50 years later.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, 2
Yeah,
years
like
is kind of more.
They're all dressed up in old people makeup.
Oh.
But the joke is that like evil will always come back, but there will always be Kyrangers to fight them.
Did they like mention while old?
No, it was their grandkids.
Oh, okay. So it was the end of Digimon 02.
Pretty much. In a
Cool.
way.
So we start off by seeing Kumu Voyager, and I guess he was doing a patrol, which makes sense because
they
only defeated Don Armage.
So
they're
they're going around restoring all the damage done by dark matter,
and possibly finding little strands.
Yeah, and because of course he was going to, Spada opens his goddamn restaurant, and he's got 9 stars.
Because Kyuranger.
Does that mean they have 10 stars, or does that mean that it's really not the best?
I don't know.
So
I don't know how aliens rate their restaurants.
I just have to say the highlight of just this was Tsurugi once again became the president of the galaxy.
Oh.
So I was like, yes!
Oh my
yes!
And the captain of our
Nothing else you need to do. Nothing else.
Star boy.
He just needs to sit there in a tuxedo. It's like, Mr. President, we have something to ask you. Don't you see that I'm just sitting here pretending to be busy? Leave me alone. I'm too legendary for this.
I am trying to release the Nantekota clause.
The Nantekota clause.
Legendary.
That sounded better in my head.
Nantekota.
The worst part about that is he's in a goddamn red suit.
It just suits him.
I'm sorry, but just what they did felt so lazy.
Well, yeah.
Like
we have 12 characters. We don't have time to develop them all into
you want a mini-series about what happened to
lazy.
Spaga's restaurant.
All that happened is that Shōranpo got a promotion.
Now he's the super commander.
Spada got a job.
Basically, Shōranpo took over.
Everyone else left. Cammy became a teacher, or is going to become a teacher.
Yeah.
She's in college.
And
Champ has a 99 win streak in robot wrestling.
You know how I would have done this? Okay, you remember that scene with Lucky flying in the meteors or getting chucked into space?
Uh-huh.
Okay, get rid of all that. Add scenes of all of them doing individual things, but all of them getting an alarm. And what's that alarm? All of them going to the Orion Battler and having dinner together. Because they are still family.
Or going to Spada's restaurant.
Yeah, or Spada's restaurant. Because they're still family.
Actually, you know what? I think I agree with you.
That would have been
Yeah.
Show, don't tell.
Yeah,
Show, don't tell.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea, but I mean, then we lose the awesomeness factor that is Lucky literally flying in from the end of the atmosphere
Who
and
gives
stabbing
a shit? If anything, have Dharma shrink down after the Megazord fight. Have freaking Lucky jump out of the Megazord and just slice him in half.
Oh, that's what we didn't mention. At the end of the meteor shower, Lucky just like from orbit flies off the meteor and just develops a fucking orbital drop shock slash to the face.
How did he survive?
Full points. Full points, sir.
It looked like he was kind of like rider kicking. Like even his foot had like flames on it.
Oh my god! I didn't think the first episode could be topped.
And I thought of the perfect dub line for Power Ranger Galaxy orbs.
That's Gar's interpretation of what Kyuranger's Power Rangers will be.
Should be.
Hey, Nemesis! Welcome to Earth!
Wow.
It just dies. Just, oh, shit.
But wow, I love that shot of him with the fucking orbital drop slash.
I always hated meteor showers.
So at the end is Lucky and Garu are going around trying to help people in various parts of the galaxy.
What the?
In 2 years, they're not using their Voyagers. They're on his stupid little moped.
Because that's a callback.
Oh, Junior.
Have they gone anywhere? Because that thing looks like it goes like a mile per year. Did they go anywhere and help someone? I feel like they were just on that bike for 2 years trying to get
But you're ignoring what's really important. The fact that Garu's helmet has ears.
Yeah,
I know, it's adorable. It's so adorable.
It was so weird, but I'm like, I guess.
Seaguard, that's where the rest of the budget for the final episode went to the making of Garu's helmet. Make sure it fit his head. Gar's like, you're probably right.
You're probably fucking right.
So they all meet up at Stinger's restaurant and
Spada's.
Sorry, Spada's. I'm tired.
He's like, grazie!
And then Stinger shoves Raptor into Spada, thus further confirming the Raptor.
God, the ship is real, you guys!
I love it.
Literally at that point, they were just staring at each other, and my mind was just yelling, "Just fuck already!"
Kiss the girl.
I'm sorry, but Lane brought up a good point. Spada's catchphrase has now become annoying.
Spada was always annoying, and even more so during this sequence, because he just shrieks at, like, top octave.
Like the last
shut up!
Like the last few episodes, he's just been shouting that. It's like, just do something!
Yeah, he has been shouting a lot. Even with his roll call, the Kajiki Yellow was extremely high.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Even when he did
like nails on a chalkboard.
Even when he did his roll call, like unmorphed,
that's what we were just saying.
No, I know, but I'm saying when he did, it wasn't like he didn't do the motion right.
Right?
Because he goes like
he just like stumbles.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do everything right. Not everything can be perfect. But yeah,
of
course, Lucky and Garu land right in front of Spada's restaurant.
Perfect landing. Falcon punches his bike's controls, and somehow that activates autopilot back to Earth.
Wait, you said Spada like needs to do something, right?
Yeah.
They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Keep firing, asshole! Do something.
Oh my god! I need to watch Spaceballs again.
Yeah.
This marks the third time we've seen Lucky space bike crash.
Yep.
Yeah, Scooty Puff Jr.
It's good to know he's ruling his planet, so he's carrying on his father's legacy.
Right? What the fuck happened to Planet Cayenne?
What happened to Caesar?
Oh no!
What the fuck happened to Caesar?
Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Where was he?
Now I'm upset. Where is Caesar?
I got it. Caesar's the king now.
Guys, they just lost the prop.
Yes.
No!
The headcanon.
Kotaro lost the prop!
The whole Shishi galaxy is now ruled by a tiny toy dog.
No. Kotaro just came back from like a mission, and Lucky's just like, hey, can I have Caesar back? Yeah, he sacrificed himself for me.
Some of the village kids got a hold of him and played with him a little too rough. There's a reason he was rated ages 12 and up.
Can I have...
Dun dun!
Yeah, here's the thing. Apparently he really likes Netflix.
So he's on Earth with Jiro?
Yeah.
And thus...
Jiro is now the Kojishi Ranger?
Honestly,
yeah, I made that joke before, and then someone got mad at me.
And thus, Kyuranger is over.
No.
And how was
Never
it?
over. I will.
I mean, I like him.
Yeah, fuck
I
it.
want to challenge you, motherfucker, out of the Psycho
No,
Kyutama.
no, you know what? I found the
Excuse me?
I
Do you
found
want to fucking go?
Yeah,
I'd like to
actually,
leave.
You know what?
I found the perfect way on how to describe Kyuranger. It was amazing, but it has its flaws.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'll say what I've been saying the last few weeks. When Kyuranger focuses on its comedy, fucking gold. But when it tries to be serious, it's not that interesting.
You using gold was appropriate.
I will say this about Kyuranger. I liked Kyuranger for the Kyurangers themselves. They were a fun cast of characters. I like that we had 9 of these fuckers to start, and then we just added 10, then 11, and then finally 12.
Yeah, but then that kind of
We went from having a small army to an actual army.
Saviors.
No, yes, but then they said, fuck the prophecy. We'll do better than what the ancients prophesized.
And
they did.
And I kind of like that.
Or here's an idea. Here's just a quick idea. How about we do some character development with the 9 characters we already have, and then make more Rangers?
Nope. Half the cast relegated to gimmicks and catchphrases.
Pretty much. Half the Rangers were pointless.
I looked and I made sure. Spada had really 2 character development episodes.
Baseball.
The episode where he told gave his backstory about how he was a chef, and then baseball.
Yeah.
Those things were 30 episodes apart. Those were 30 episodes apart. That's all he got.
I feel bad for
Raptor got nowhere near her due.
We didn't even find out how Spada got the Kyutama.
Right?
Or how Hammy got the Kyutama. Or how Champ got the
All we know
Kyutama.
about Hammy is that, oh yeah, there was Spada and Champ, and then they trained me, and then shit happened, I guess.
They're the first members of the Ranger Q.
No, that's Stinger.
That's the
Remember,
joke.
they said he was the first.
Okay, well let me get mine out of the way. Obviously, everyone fucking knows it's been known since fucking day goddamn one. Lucky is my absolute favorite fucking character in this. He's my idol, Red Ranger.
I
loved. Not a single episode went by that I did not love every single thing he fucking did. He was amazing. Badass, strong leader, great lit character. Loved him.
I think that's the problem with Lucky. He doesn't have any flaws.
He's a paragon. Paragons don't have flaws. They're supposed to make.
So how are we supposed to care for him when
supposed to make the other characters look more complex? Yeah, this is our lead. Look at these other people. Look at what they inspire.
You're not
supposed. Look what David.
No, and that's the point, Gar. You're not supposed to care about Lucky. You're supposed to cheer Lucky.
But he is
the
red.
Him.
He is the Red Ranger.
Yeah.
He is the Ranger that will always be in the anniversaries. That will always be there. We need to have a better Red Ranger than Lucky, because if a Red Ranger can't go through flaws, then you're wrong.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the perfect analogy. Imagine a solar system. Lucky is the sun, in the center, unmoving, but bright, and everyone looks at it.
That actually makes
And everyone else is orbiting around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Lucky's the fucking sun!
Here's the thing. If you don't like Lucky's personality, just give him a battle idea.
Sure,
because for some reason they kept changing his personality.
And the flip side of that is, if you stare at the sun too long, you're going to go fucking blind. Because that's what it feels like watching him.
Like he's good in like he's good in small doses.
So since Lane decided to start a conversation on favorite characters, let's go around and say who everyone's favorite is. Mine is obviously Naga Ray, Happy Sky Silver. I really liked his setup. He went through his, I think, one of the more significant character development arcs over the series.
The only question is, did he ever return back to his home planet and taught everyone about emotions?
I like to imagine he did, but the way they ended the series, he was going around stealing back treasure. So maybe what had happened is during those 2 years, he went back and taught his planet to love.
Wait, he's returning treasures? Oh, I smell crossover in future.
Ooh, maybe.
That could be the perfect way to lead into a crossover. With
Kyuranger versus Lupin Ranger?
Yeah.
With the fact that
featuring the end.
Kyuranger and Kyuranger didn't happen, or at least it's going to be apparently a TV special. From
Yeah,
what I've
it's going to
heard.
be a TV special.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it's not over yet, really.
Gar, favorite character?
Personally, Champ.
Yeah,
cool.
you did like Champ.
Champ, more or less, like for no reason. It's just I like Champ.
I love
Champ
Lamb.
is cool.
Champ is good.
Emily.
Oh, my favorite character.
He was a good boy.
My favorite was Tembin Gold or Balance. I really liked him from the very beginning. I think he's funny. I think he's interesting. I love his relationship with Naga, and he's just a cool character.
Yeah.
And the character I related to the most was by far Raptor.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing.
It's like, it's a real shame that Raptor was just so thrown under the fucking bus. Like, because her debut episode as Washi Pink was really inspiring and impressive as hell, and I was like, I can't wait to see how far she fucking goes. And they just didn't do anything with her.
Yeah.
Nothing!
I'm watching all of her episodes, like, I could just clearly tell she is one of the strongest without having to have any kind of battleizer.
Yeah.
Right? She like
never do anything with her.
She flies around and shoots 2 guns. I would love to see more of that fighting.
She flies around dual wields and a couple times does a rider kick.
Hold on, before we get to that, Blaze and Thespian, tell us who your favorites are. There's the answer. That was Blaze.
And mine is Stinger. Just on the grounds that he was pretty well developed.
Yeah,
Outside of Lucky.
he was one of the more developed characters, I think.
Yeah, but after his brother died, it's like,
pretty hard to not be well developed when you hear him move.
Yeah.
But like, I do like Stinger. I do like him a lot. But I just feel like mainly after the whole thing with his brother, he kind of went from having an interesting reason to fighting to just, oh yeah, like, hello, my name is Stinger. You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
And yeah, the unfortunate thing with him is, like, he had his arc. He had his arc, and it was interesting. But once it was over, it's just like Alan. Once his arc was over, he was boring.
Pretty much every
Once his arc was
character
over,
in
he
the
was
show.
just there for support for Kotaro.
Even if
and
they had an arc.
Yeah. And it's interesting that we end with a discussion on Stinger because, as of this morning, our good friend Blaze here was running a web poll on who they think the best Kyuranger is, and we'll announce the results.
So I'm just gonna refresh it just to be safe. And yeah, I didn't think it was gonna change anything. Stinger apparently wins with 12 votes.
Yeah, fuck that.
You want to run down the list and see who got what?
All right. So in the first 3 places, Stinger gets first, Kotaro gets second, and it's a 3-way tie between Lucky and Hammy. Not 3-way tie, 2-way tie for 3rd place. I'm confused, but yeah, it's so Lucky and Hammy got 3rd place.
And who's at the bottom?
At the bottom, the 2 people who have only 1 vote to their name are Champ and Spada. But Champ got his vote like 2 minutes ago.
Wow.
Oh.
So I really hate to say it, but at least in the Castranger community, Champ appears to be the least favorite.
That's a shame.
Yeah, because Champ is honestly one of my favorites, and also
I liked him a lot. I just like Naga a little more.
You know how I think they could have made Champ a bit better?
Champ had okay, let's be honest here. Champ had basically the focus most of the time. He had his story going on the longest.
Yeah.
With, oh yeah, Dr. Anton was killed.
I would actually argue that he had the most development.
Dr. Anton was awesome.
Yeah, I think the whole Dr. Anton thing should have been reworked a bit to the point where Champ had to prove to Dr. Anton that he is not his creation. He is his own identity. Like, he is his own creation.
And as I mentioned when during the episode,
kill him.
As I mentioned during the episode where we talked about it, I think that when he finally defeated Anton, it was vastly underplayed.
Yeah,
it's like they dealt the final blow and they just treated him like any other monster. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, episode's over.
Well, I mean, I think at that point it was like, wasn't it like a 3-way attack between Champ, Stinger and Kotaro?
Yeah, that kind of leads to the problem.
Yeah, and at that point in time, there was more focus on Kotaro hating him because he tried to kill Jiro.
In which I'm just gonna quickly say it. Problem number 2 with this show for me has got to be the villains. I do like the whole thing about like Don Armage and the army that he has around the galaxy.
Yeah, we didn't
But
get to
we
see
ne-
all of the Karos.
Yeah, but like we never really
Right.
got to see the whole thing.
Maybe that's how they'll lead into like more Kyuranger content later, like fighting the rest of the Karo.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
it's like
And
the
like
Death
I
Star.
said-
They think they're done with the fight with the Death Star destroyed, but no, there's more.
and like I even mentioned
Yeah.
probably like a few episodes ago. Even if Don Armage is destroyed, who knows that he might have followers.
Yeah,
Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Or at
someone
least
to
the
take his
band.
place in case this happens.
that's what Kyuranger did, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Well, it wasn't really that they had second in command. It's just
Right.
like creator. What the boss was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm doing this.
Okay, we're going to quickly go through this. Least favorite ranger. Ichi.
Oh, that's
I
hard.
don't like saying.
Unfortunately, I think I have to vote for Garu.
I love them all
Garu
so
did feel a bit
much.
underplayed.
It's not just that. They did develop him, but what they developed him into, I didn't like.
Honestly,
He went from a proud, noble warrior, the last of his race, to Lucky's pet dog.
Honestly,
and
I
I didn't
think-
like that.
I think they
He
should
should've
have
done
done
Warrior
that.
to Lucky's
Oh,
pet
too
dog
many
in the
people-
span of 5 episodes.
Hold on. What are you guys saying?
Went to the last of his race?
Yes, he has. Yes, Garu has confirmed many times he is the last of his race.
He ran away while the rest of his race was slaughtered by dark matter.
He went from a proud warrior to Lucky's pet dog in the span of 5 episodes.
What are we calling him Lucky's pet? Let's just all be honest here. He's Lucky's bitch.
Absolutely.
Wow.
No.
There was a lot
I
of
mean,
evidence
I mean, I already
suggesting
heard-
that Garu
See-
actually had a
Yeah.
romantic thing for
He covered
Lucky.
For me, I'm entirely okay with that because, guys, he's a dog. The show's playing on the joke that he's a dog and he's so
Loyal,
sticking
yeah.
loyal to the person who
Yeah.
made him realize, hey, get your fucking shit together. So he's
Lame.
like, I'm gonna follow Lucky to the fucking end.
Lane. He's
Well, yeah,
not just
I do
a
like
dog.
That, but keep it,
He's
like, let him be his
a
own too. Like,
Wolf.
like at
Wolves
the
are
second
dogs.
episode where he was just where everyone was like when they got.
Anyways, let's not make this a long, drawn-out discussion again. The point is, I
Sorry.
understand exactly what they were going for. I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
I
and
honestly-
Also, I never, ever got used to the fursuit
No,
pants.
no. You know what I think they should have done from the start, or like at least a few episodes in? Debut a general from the Daramaj show Dark Matter.
The one who killed his race!
No, or that, or a member of his race.
Oh, that would have been good too!
That way it could have led
Like,
to like
haha, I survived by betraying them!
yeah, like haha, I was the one that
Garu
betrayed
never
our
got
race
a
for the
episode.
glory of Dark
Well, that's
Matter,
just piggybacking
and that
off the
could
story.
lead to like Garu wanting to become stronger,
Like a
wanting
best
to
friend or
redeem
something.
himself.
Although, I will say that does kind of sound exactly like what Stinger and Scorpio went through.
Well, Stinger's not the last of his race.
True. So maybe we should have had Garu instead of Stinger.
Yeah,
That
that's-
would have actually made a
I
lot
mean,
of
like
sense.
during the final fight, that would be like Garu's thing. It's like it's a fight to the death on who could truly be the last of our race,
And they could have fought during the full moon.
or better yet, demorphed.
Yeah, like as wolves.
And like Garu's wearing like his planet's planet's warrior armor.
Fuck it, it's Garulu.
Yes.
And just
Other Jiro.
one thing that still
Better Jiro.
bugs me to this day.
Anyways,
Is that
least
Hold on.
episode about him being kind of upset or afraid of his whole cross-dressing thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was funny.
And
It was-
he let's just be honest, he is gay. Like
I mean, I'm ready to call that
So with
canon.
that episode, the
Yeah, you
the
can do
big
that.
boss even said, "Please go on a date with me," and he considered it for a second there.
Yeah.
He literally stopped doing his finisher. It was just like, "Should I?" No, I got a job to do. Maybe later.
Okay, let's move on. Gar, least favorite.
least favorite character for me it would probably have to be Shorampo.
Really?
Really?
I
Dare
kinda
you.
didn't like Shorampo.
He's my favorite
Okay.
Like-
Power Ranger
Like
ever.
maybe like I don't know. It's a tie between Garu and Shorampo for me.
I would have put him as my second favorite.
Like Shorampo, I like the comedic part, but I wish that they could have dwelled more on the fact that like he has seen shit. So it's like,
You know what? I agree with that.
yeah, it's like guys, I've been through the most out of all of you.
But then you could argue that he's the type who's like tries the hardest to mask his depression with comedy.
Yeah, but I wish that they
Yeah.
at least went into that, being like I've been through so many wars, so many battles.
And I agree.
tired.
I agree with you on that.
then,
Or maybe in the final battle, like him and Raptor are fighting, and it's like, Commander, you gotta keep going. Raptor, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And he just gives up.
I'm kind of sad that like the whole arc of him having like back problems didn't really go anywhere significant.
Oh, that was
I
just a
expected
gag.
I expected that what they were going to do is eventually his back problems would get so bad that he'd have to actually retire.
No,
But
I'm
then-
glad that
no,
was
no.
a
you
thing
know
that just-
what? I just thought of something that would have been hilarious.
But then
if
again-
Gar was actually right and Ganomagi did possess him, if the entire final fight was just won, just barely, because his back gave out.
Oh, if Darth Ronpo had back problems,
Okay, that would
Oh.
actually be pretty.
that would have been
funny.
amazing.
But
It would be stupid as heck, but hilarious.
That would have been perfect.
then again, Ichi, if you've been suit acting for Megazord since 1980, I think your back would be tired too.
Well, yeah, but we're not talking about suit actors. Emily, least favorite.
I don't really have a least favorite. I liked all of them. I know
Alright.
that's.
So who did, even if you like all of them, who do you like the least?
I thought Garo was underdeveloped.
Yeah.
I thought Spado was underdeveloped. I don't dislike them or even a little
Yeah,
bit.
you just think that they were
I
underdeveloped.
just think that they should have some more stuff. And Stinger was overdeveloped a little
Yeah.
It was definitely not
Yeah,
proportional.
Stinger got
bit. Yeah.
way too much development.
Yeah, that's probably why so many people picked him to be their favorite, because he did have the most character.
Out of
Because
all the
they didn't give
characters
anyone
to-
else character.
To get a movie, it should have been one of the characters who was underdeveloped, not the guy who
Yeah,
already
right?
got a backstory in the show.
Yeah. Like,
But again,
I-
it's fine.
Then Ichi yours was Garu, right?
Yeah. Blaze.
Me?
You said.
I don't know, my least favorite kind
So,
of...
sorry, hold on. Lane, do yours.
Stinger. Just, I did not like him. Like,
I can-
again, I have to agree. Overdeveloped.
I don't agree, but I can respect it.
Like, I liked that at first, like, he was the rogue one, and, like, I hated when we found out that he was just a spy, like, spying for the rebellion as pretending to be a member of Dark Matter.
that was-
I liked that. I liked that he was pretending to be evil.
I'm sorry, that was also very underdeveloped. The whole rebellion thing.
Yeah, we never saw anyone else, really, except for, like, some techies working on Champ, and
Yeah,
that
we
was
saw
it.
Big Bear.
Yeah.
we never
we
saw-
only saw those techies. We never saw anyone else.
Close fucking second for
Movie.
sure. Close fucking second for sure, Hammy. I just... annoying. Did not do anything relevant.
Guys-
Except for that one episode where she inspired that little girl. That was it.
Guys,
I-
let's all be honest. Hammy's eye candy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I forgot she was also underdeveloped.
Yeah.
See, she's so undeveloped, you forgot about her.
That's the.
And then I'm just gonna get out of the way quickly. Fucking, I came into the show hating Tsurugi, and the show loving Tsurugi to death because of how much of a hardcore badass motherfucker he is. Because he owned it.
That's a word.
I'll
He
that-
proved it.
I'll admit, he pulled a near Kabuto level of came in, declared that he owns the
Love
world,
the
and
guy.
backed it up.
Love him.
I'm sorry,
He
that's
like
a
blew
word.
up 3 robots in his first strike
Yeah.
by just hitting them with a sword.
Right?
Jesus. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gar.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That is a word that has lost meaning. Badass.
I can kind of understand.
I think they talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Blaze, least favorite.
My least favorite was kind of complicated. It kept changing. It started out as Hammy just because she never seemed to take anything seriously. When someone was being, namely Lucky, was being extremely serious about something, she started laughing at them.
I think the
Yeah.
reason they did that with her is because chameleon, tongue, lol, laugh,
Oh.
I guess.
which
But
is
then
dumb.
it was Tsurugi, because even if he did have a reason for it, like, he was being a complete douchebag for half
Agreed.
the time. And then he finally, like, let up a bit, and then for no reason at all went back into it.
Tsurugi
What kind of made me go off on him for a bit was when he said that around the end, where that just because Lucky couldn't choose between the galaxy and his dad, meant he was unfit to be a Kyuranger. Like, that was like, going a bit too far. Like, that gave me like a History of Power Ranger Linkara with Mentor G style rant.
Yeah.
Like, you do not get to choose who does and doesn't have what it takes to be a ranger. But in the end, I really don't have a least favorite. Everyone kind of redeemed themselves when it comes to, like, just. I have to agree with that basically it has to be Garu because he got nothing. He got the first episode where he got his backstory, and that was it.
Like
nothing else ever explained anything about him other than like he doesn't like wearing women's clothing, and that was all. That was everything else he got. And he wants to be Lucky's BFF. That's all we got. That's all his focus episodes were.
Emily, you were saying?
No.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it seemed like it was building up to something from the first episode.
Yeah.
It didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
I can agree why people don't like Garu at all, but honestly, I'm okay with how he was.
Lane, you just like Garu because he's Lucky's sidekick.
I love Garu. He's an amazing character to me. But he's the one that I love the least because I don't. What is there to love when you don't give something to love?
You know what, Garu? You know what you could say to this? I like Garu because I see Lucky the same way Garu sees Lucky. I'm just like, he's this amazing fucking guy, and I would follow him to the end, and I would die for the fucking guy. I would.
Interesting.
So there you go.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do.
That's why, because I see Lucky the same way Garu does.
That's interesting.
I wouldn't die for the man, but yeah, I agree.
I do his laundry maybe, but that's it.
All right,
give him a handy.
But I mean, like he was in the middle of a sand pit, and it was like, "Hey, you sacrifice yourself to save me." I'd be like, "Fuck you, dude. You're on your own."
All right,
Okay,
Thespian, your turn. Then we need to wrap this.
Yep.
We need to wrap
I
that.
would probably have to say he had no development outside of what baseball and what like.
Oh,
what other
Spada?
episode?
It was cut off, so we didn't hear you. But yeah, Spada. I agree.
And what, like he's relegated to what now a audio drama?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Overall, Kyuranger. It felt like we got the rough draft to
No, he's
Kyuranger,
not
but
word.
we still got to see some good parts of it.
Yeah.
Maybe if the series was reworked a tiny bit to make it more about the space.
I would watch compilations of Kyuranger's funny moments. That's the best way to summarize it.
I'm going to say, this has, just because of all the characters and how I just love every single one of them, this has overtaken Kyuranger as my favorite Sentai, and Kotaro is not just my favorite Kyuranger, but my favorite Sentai Ranger of all time.
Ooh.
I didn't really like
the youngest.
Kotaro is a
He's the
good
only
one.
one who really, wanted to do this. Everyone else was chosen. He was given a choice.
He banged the door down and said, "Let me in your club."
Everyone else, like, the only other person to do that was Raptor. But, like, he was just like, I saw those guys being awesome. I want to help. I don't care what it takes. I'm doing it.
No, I get
At the very end, he's just like, what do you guys want to do? I want to be a teacher. I want to do this thing. I want to be the president. Wait, what? Yeah, I want to make the world a better place.
I give props to Kotaro. He was really cool.
Kotaro.
And then
I'm kind of sad we didn't get the whole.
that the scenes, like, they call him small, and he's just like, and then he just grows, and like, what do you want?
I'm sad we didn't get the whole Ogama Sky Blue being like an adult, like the scan.
That's fine.
I kind of would have liked to see a thing like that happen, where like maybe with like Jiro or something. He gives the Q-Chama to Jiro, and then he uses Ogama and transforms.
We can all say this though. Whatever Kyuranger becomes Power Rangers, it's not going to be as good as Kyuranger.
Oh,
No.
assuredly not.
Oh God, no!
I will not be
It's
surprised
not
if
gonna
they
be
just
as
have
good
it
as-
on
it's not gonna
Earth
be a
the
good
whole
Kyuranger.
time.
Yeah, I hope
Kyuranger, like, Kyuranger was really good. It started out like for the first like 3 quarters, I was amazed that we have 12 characters, and for the majority of it, none of them seem to be ahead of any of the other ones. Like at first glance, like only when you really look into it, you realize like, yeah, some characters are falling behind, but they all had good development. They all had good banter. They all worked well together. And then at the very end, they just dropped the ball. Raptor was in nothing. Garu was just dropped and was only used for shock factor that one time.
Oh, yeah.
They just kept trying to do certain different things, and a lot of the times it would work, but then like a lot of the times it also wouldn't, and they would just keep trying to do things and try to see if they would work instead of sticking with what they already knew worked.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So the episode ends with the Sentai handoff from Shishi Red to Lupin Red and Patron Ichigo.
And well, not really a send-off, it's just that Lupin Red uses him as a human shield for a second.
I know, but that scene serves as the handoff.
I was partially right because it ends up with Lupin Red being chased by Patron and Ichigo, so he didn't steal the Kyutama, but I was right about the chasing.
I still wish that what I said was right, where it's like Patron and Ichigo comes in like, yeah, I'm the Red Ranger because I'm the one who fights for justice, and then Lupin Red comes in, swipes it, runs off, and then he chases after.
Yeah.
Or he steals his high five.
Yeah, right. That's what I was hoping for.
He steals the high five and then just runs off.
Gives him the
card.
Well, we're all excited for LVP, so it looks like it's gonna be a cool time.
I'm just really gonna miss Kyuranger.
I agree. I am excited for Lupin Ranger versus Powder Ranger, but
I'll miss
I don't know. For me, it just doesn't have the same magic behind it that Kyuranger did. Like when they talk, like I don't know, the quote like what Linkara said with Power Rangers in space to Lost Galaxy, or like once you reach space, and everything else just seems like a downgrade.
Yeah.
And especially with, I'm just a bit, I don't know, I feel like it's just a bit overwhelming that like it went from like, yeah, there's a lot of characters, but you all know what they're doing, and like, yeah, they have like maybe like mini alliances within the team, but they're all fighting for the same cause. With this, there's 5 different ways that, like, at very least 5 different ways that the fights could go.
Well, you can talk about them next time.
One team versus everything. It's just confusing, and I'm just overwhelmed a bit. But I am looking forward to it. So I'm going to give it a chance.
So essentially, we can summarize it as, oh, where do I go from here? So many rangers screaming in my ear.
Alright.
This was episode 184 of Radio Sentai Castranger.
Go follow us on the things. Join us on Patreon. We all love you. Thespian Blaze, thank you for joining us for a Kyuranger segment.
Thank you very much
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you all next week.
Castranger.podbean.com. Find everything else from there. Hooray!
Goodbye!
Yoshalaki!
Yoshalaki!
Radio Sentai Castranger is brought to you by our generous patrons, Oliver Nilsson, and viewers like you.